Hello, speculators. What's going on? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Mav here, and we are live. This is kind of another impromptu MAVCAST, sorta. I have been planning on doing this today because Xbox, and I haven't been keeping track. I should have been, knowing that these things were coming, but I kind of like mindset was like showcase season is over. However, apparently it's not because they had um, Fable, 30-minute gameplay. People have been talking about it. I haven't seen it. So earlier today, I was like, hey, I got to check this out. Shout out to Calorie, sent me a DM, and I was like, hey, I got to go live and react to this thing. So that's what I plan on doing. Then I found out, oh my God, they also had a Halo thing. And then, oh my gosh, they also had a State of Decay thing. So I was like, holy shit, I got to react to all three of these things. So that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to watch Fable, Halo, State of Decay 3. See, are they cooking? Is Xbox delivering? Are they giving us the goods? So that's what I had planned to do. And then, oh my gosh, there's more. Now we also have some kind of internal memo that everybody's talking about on my Discord with Asha Sharma sending something to everybody at Xbox, and people are talking about there's going to be layoffs in July and studio closures, all this kind of stuff. And it was like, well, we kind of assumed that stuff was coming. The tough decisions, all these kind of things. So I haven't read this yet. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. I just sat here, set up the stream, try to get everything together, prepare it. I have the thing sitting in front of me that I have not read. I got the videos all set to go that I have not watched. And y'all are going to be reliving this day that y'all experienced through my eyes. You get to see my reaction. I don't know. I don't know what to expect right now. I don't know what to expect. I know I need to get my shit together, Spider-Man. Absolutely. But shout out to everybody here. I got to thank you all for joining in to the stream, to this MAVCAST here. It is June 10th. A couple days after Showcase Day. Had the Nintendo Direct yesterday. Watched that. Thought it was pretty good. Some cool announcements. I saw the Ocarina of Time remake announcement. Huge deal. Didn't really get to see the game, so don't know what it looks like yet, really. So we'll wait to find out more on that. Kingdom Hearts 4 was shown. Was wow, cool, looked awesome. Final Fantasy Resonance. This is cool. I thought that looked great. Fire Emblem looked great. They had some cool stuff, right? Um, Showcase season was really good overall. I think. I don't know what you guys think, but I think the showcase season overall, it kind of did bring back some of those E3 feels. You had everybody participating. You had a great third party show with Summer Game Fest. Nintendo brought it. PlayStation had some stuff that was really good until the last thing that just drained the whole experience. If I was to order the shows, I'd say Xbox One, Nintendo, or Summer Game Fest 2, Nintendo 3, and then State of Play way down at like major gap 4. But primarily only because the first party didn't really deliver for me at that show. Except for Wolverine. I thought Wolverine looked pretty good, but a lot of people have been saying it's kind of underwhelming too. So I don't know. After looking at it, graphically, it didn't really deliver as much as would have been nice to. But overall, I still think Wolverine looks really fun. But yeah, the Xbox Showcase season's here still with all these gameplay reveals and all this stuff. So let's get to this Asha Sharma stuff first. So I got it up. I'm gonna get this stuff out of the way so then we can get into watching the Fable, Halo, then State of Decay 3. Should be fun. Should be interesting. I expect a fucking crazy ass roller coaster ride here. Um, I really do. Thanks for joining RSJ. Far cute. Skate of Lights. It says negative Xbox news Same day as all the good stuff, like clockwork. Yeah. Apparently so, I guess. We'll see what they say. Spider-Man, what's up? Satanist, how's it going? Another new Asha interview too. Where was the Asha interview at? Where was that? The one I saw yesterday with Fortune, or is that a new one today? Because she's been making the rounds at all these like industry tech things and stuff. Gamer Live said the showcase was okay. Everybody was talking about exclusives, but there were only two games, and everything else was going everywhere. Let's go of exclusives and keep making great games. I mean, and they pretty much addressed why there's only two, right? But we'll see if there's more in the future. I think there will be. Farky says, "What's up, Mav? Got to meet Fuzzy and his wife out here in LA. Such awesome, lovely people. That's awesome, man. And hey, dude, congrats. If you were at I think you're probably at the Fan Fest, so congrats on getting one of those Xboxes, Farky. Super happy for you, man. Shout out to Brett Bingham. Thanks for being here. Andrew Colonane, thanks for being here. Black Card A, thanks for being here. TK Chillin, what's up? How's it going? Calorie says it. I think the best showcase season since pre-COVID times for me. Was shocked to hear Pong and Jasper say they think the industry is in a lull. The number of games between September and February is insane. I think I think that Pong's mainly talking about creativity overall with Western studios, and you know he has some justification in that. But overall, he even liked what Xbox showed at the showcase. So, whew, man. All right, here we go. You know we've heard it. We heard it at the first interview. Asha said the next 100 days is about resetting the business. I'm assuming that this is what this is about. So let's get into it. Hey, thanks to my beautiful wife Caitlin for making this new reaction overlay for me just for this stream, and we'll be using this probably going forward for any of the watching stuff, reacting things when I do this solo like on MAVCAST and stuff. But yeah, let's check this. Let's check this out. Shout out to Clobrel who posted these two shots. And I'm going to read what she had to say. See how bad this is. I don't know. Team. Over the first 100 days together, we have started to revive Xbox. Our platform teams have already shipped more updates in the last 100 days than during the prior year combined. We now have more active partners on Xbox than ever before. Our Game Pass team set to work fixing our offering. And after 8+ months of decline, our service has started to grow again. And through Player Voice, we have a 24/7 channel to hear directly from players, creators, and developers. With the Xbox Game Showcase and the return of FanFest, we brought together hundreds of millions of fans globally. We reintroduced exclusives with Gears of War E-Day in 2026 and Clockwork Revolution in 2027. Players can continue to expect signature exclusives from us every year. In parallel, Playground Games reminded us that established franchises can achieve incredible new highs. Yeah, no doubt Forza Horizon's been just setting the world on fire. I'm pretty sure they're super pleased with the performance of Forza Horizon 6. And they'll be saying, "Hey, we ain't messing with Playground here. We ain't messing with Playground." I hope not. I mean, why would they? The Playground's like the golden child, I think, right now, right? These results are early, but they demonstrate what is possible when we move faster, stay close to our community, and align behind a shared vision. We have made mistakes and will continue to make them, but what matters is that we listen, learn, and adjust the course where needed. Remember, our fans are rooting for us. Absolutely, the fans are rooting for Xbox. Xbox fans want Xbox to be strong. Xbox fans want Xbox to deliver. Xbox fans want great games. They want most of the Xbox fans want Game Pass to thrive, and we want good hardware, great hardware, and at good value. I think that's where a lot of us align. You know, and now some of them only want Xbox to win a console war, and you know it's fine, whatever. For me, I want Xbox to just deliver awesome experiences for me and exist. and exist. I want to keep going, man. All right. I think here's where we get to some touchy stuff. We'll see. Um, Now we start the next 100 days. It is important to have both optimism and realism as we work to reset the business. Again, the word reset. Pressing reset. Is this a hard reset or is this a soft reset? Is this a holding down the power button for 20 seconds, unplugging the power for 30 seconds to make sure you clear all the cache? Or is this just, hit the Xbox button on the controller and hit restart? What kind of reset is this? Well, maybe we'll find out. Here are the realities that we need to navigate. Number one, over 1 billion players choose to play Xbox in our games each year, for a total of 72 billion hours across console, PC, mobile, and streaming, excluding much of China and a few other properties. Our franchises are also among the largest and most beloved globally and are now breaking records in TV and film. Fallout, Minecraft. Going forward, our competition is attention. Battling against TikTok, battling against, online sports betting. That's all the kind of stuff that Matthew Ball guy was saying in his presentation. There are more great games, TV series, franchises, creators, content formats, apps, etc. than ever before. You're battling again against things like Roblox, things like Fortnite, all just black hole games and stuff, right? Number two. So we will end this fiscal year at about a 3% accountability margin, down year over year. Excluding Act ABK, over the past 5 years, we have spent over 20 billion on ongoing investments in our content, platform, and hardware subsidy. But our annual revenue has declined nearly $500 million during that time. Going forward, this cannot continue. So their annual revenue has declined about $500 million, but they've spent over 20 billion on ongoing investments in content, platform, and hardware subsidies. So losing money on hardware with the subsidy, platform, which would be, I guess, expanding the platform as far as cloud investment, all that kind of stuff, and content. That would be like acquisitions, game deals, Game Pass deals. That would be first party game development, all that kind of stuff. So 20 billion over the past 5 years, investments in that stuff. Okay, it's an average about 4 billion per year. And they lost half, or has declined. Their revenue has declined nearly $500 million. So even though they've been spending more money, like their revenues declined. So that's not great, right? That's what they refer to when she's saying the business isn't healthy, right? You want the revenue to increase, obviously. Number three, we are in a hardware component crisis. Absolutely. When I joined as CEO in February, the price we paid for console storage components was over 2 times as high as we paid last fall. So it basically hardware for storage cost doubled in about since last fall to, I guess you joined in what, February or March? February. So it like doubled from the fall to February. So that's like about a doubling in about a 6-month time span. Now that was about the same time as all the things came down that there was going to be a RAM shortage, right? These costs have since doubled again. Holy shit. So it's doubled since she's taken over. And as we plan for 2027 holiday season, we expect another significant increase, taking us over 5 times the prices we paid only 2 years earlier. That is insane. Memory costs have followed a broadly similar trajectory. Wow. So memory costs have followed a broadly similar trajectory. While the entire industry is facing a components crisis, we believe we have been impacted more greatly than many of our peers due to the choices we made over the last half decade. That's very interesting. So basically, like, hey, we set ourselves up to be impacted more greatly than others with this situation. We are currently unable to make as many consoles as players want to buy, and we need a new business model and partnerships for hardware as we remain committed to Helix. I've been talking about, like, I really felt like there was going to be more different hardware options besides Helix because of, you're going to have Helix and it's going to be like astronomical in price for the average console gamer. I really didn't feel like that was going to be the only thing that they end up doing if they're actually serious when she said return to console, return to Xbox, all that kind of stuff. Because you can't have that be the only thing because you're just limiting yourself sure with just sheer price, like sheer price is going to limit the amount of people that are going to buy it, so you need more than just Helix out there. And I think that's what she's referring to. Like, they're going to have a new business model and partnerships for hardware. Like, what does that mean, though? Does business model mean like more options of ways consumers can purchase? Um, or is it like different kinds of devices? And partnerships for hardware. So like that means maybe more OEM partnerships. Does that mean more third party devices? Stuff like that? Does that mean like getting Xbox app on more different things as well? I don't know what all this means, guys. Very, very curious. I meant to make that chat a little bit bigger. There we go, guys. Um, well, it's still doubling down a commitment to to not Felix, fuck, to Felix. We're committed to Felix here at Xbox. Those $170 in every Series X they sell, they're fine if you play Gears on a $27 Fire Stick. Yeah, it's interesting, man. Sealer Bravo, what's up, man? Says just got in from a grocery store run. I just said in the Discord that I both appreciate the transparency of communication while also hating what is about to happen. Yeah, I am. It it's like you're trying to navigate a minefield here with Xbox right now. You know what I mean? You're in a position where you're trying to restore things, but the obstacles ahead are just immense. Like, so many obstacles are in front of them. And don't tell Fuzzy they're committed to Felix. Yeah. Um. Here we go. Number 4. We expanded our studio system when we needed a pipeline of content to meet multiple strategies across subscription, streaming, and devices. In the process, we have found ourselves overextended as we executed on changing strategies in a landscape of more readily available content. Uh oh. This isn't starting out good. Again, we expanded our studio system when we needed a pipeline of content to meet multiple strategies across subscription, streaming, and devices. In the process, we have found ourselves overextended as we executed on changing strategies in a landscape of more readily available content. We are the fortunate stewards of industry defining franchises that have enormous potential and player demand, but we have not adequately funded them to compete. Hey, I appreciate that sentence 100%. You know, you got to really for the franchise that you have, you got to go all for those big franchises. You got to go all fucking in, right? Like you really do. But does this mean what I'm getting from this? And I got to read more, obviously, but this is what I'm taking away from just that those two sentences following each other. I think they're going to get rid of some of the small shit to help reinforce the big shit. Getting rid of some of the smaller things that aren't really going to grow the business in order to help support the things that are, right? Um, it's not necessarily all sunshine and rainbows here, folks. Um, but this is reality we're dealing with. I don't think Kiln is going to sell the platform, right? Now, I'm not saying that's the only thing that Double Fine's been working on, but projects like that aren't really doing anything. You know, it's not probably small, super small budget. Still takes a couple years to work on at least. Release it out there into the ether. Um, get some people that play it. Oh, this is cool, and then never does anything, right? You have an example of a few games that actually came out last year that you could even say are maybe similar. I mean, very interesting. Those couple sentences back to back. They have not adequately funded the big franchises, industry-defining franchises, to compete. That is crazy. That is very honest. You know. At the same time, we saw this past weekend at Showcase a reliable pipeline of first and third-party exclusives, and new IP are critical to our success. 100%. We need to reassess the balance between these and our investment priority for the next 5 years. Cuts. This is screaming cuts. This is screaming. We have to. We have to. We need to reassess the balance, right? Um, they need to stop and they need to trim some of the investments on the stuff that they don't think is going to make a big impact. This is what I'm reading into. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm feeling right now. Kind of we talked about this before, guys. This is stuff that I felt like may end up happening, but this isn't like the same energy as like when they just bought ABK and all that kind of stuff, and then they just shut down a couple studios right after. I was like, what the fuck's going on there? This is energy about, hey, they're being honest that the business is not, in a fantastic place, and I think with that transparency, kind of, you know, I'm not gonna say absolves them of sins of layoffs and all that kind of stuff, but like Xbox is trying to fix shit. You know, as an Xbox fan, I appreciate that, and it's not gonna necessarily be things that we're all gonna be happy about. It's gonna suck. Now, they're not the only ones dealing with this stuff. We've seen it from numerous publishers, including PlayStation. PlayStation's been dealing with the same thing. You know, so I do appreciate stuff like this, at least where we can look into it and they're being a little bit honest about where her mindset is. At least as honest and transparent as they can be without laying it down cold and dirty. You know. Number five, our current platform infrastructure is not built for the battle ahead. Our systems, this is very like I think this is a bunch of back end shit too. Talking just about the infrastructure in general. Like our current platform infrastructure is not built for the battle ahead. Our systems are overly complex, spanning hundreds of dependencies, which hinders our ability to move fast. We've become too reliant on vendors to operate our systems and must become more self-reliant as an engineering culture to build for the hey, fuck yeah. Stop contracting everything out. Like you see it just I'll break it down to something even simpler. If you just look at like So a specific game franchise, like you could look at the Yakuza games. They use their own tech, they use their own engine, they do their own thing. They pump games out, right? They pump games out. They keep releasing stuff. Um, there, you saw what happened with Halo Infinite. You had a really good release, but then the lack of pipeline on stuff coming out, and you had all the stuff going on about contract work and all these other kind of things, right? Like you got to keep stuff as simple and in house as possible, I think, because the more experienced you are and good that you are in your own shit, the more you're going to be able to operate within it and put out good quality stuff, man. The studios, and I'm not just talking about engines. Maybe Unreal's a part of it in general, but I'm not just talking about engines, but I'm using engines as an example because studios that have their own tech and their own engines, and they've been very they've stuck to them. They've worked. They're experts at them. They're able to move a lot quicker. You know. Other than that, always needing help. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do? Oh, we need some experts to come in from this side. We need experts to come. Like, hey, Xbox has so many studios with so many talented people, and it's like they still have to go and do contract work for like everything. I understand that's part of the gaming business, but I think this even goes, if that's the way it has been with some of the studios, I think this goes probably on the back end shit too, with just how the whole operation has been functioning. And I don't understand exactly why, right? I like that she says we must become more self reliant as an engineering culture. We must increase the value we ship to players while decreasing the time it takes to do so. Absolutely. Absolutely. Going forward, we'll evolve and rebuild our stack and look at capabilities across all of Xbox and potential mergers and acquisitions to help us win in hardware, PC, mobile, and streaming. So she's like, all right, so do we like train ourselves and build this up internally? That's going to take a long time. Or do we go get some experts here, bring them in, fix this shit? You know, it seems kind of like we're on the train of possible M&A, not necessarily from studios, but from technical shit, platform stuff. Um, it's very interesting, guys. Very interesting. For some of you, these realities will be surprising and even frustrating to discover. But we won't succeed by hiding hard truths. Yeah, no toxic positivity going on. You got to acknowledge what's wrong and fix it. Basically, right? Is what she's saying. Nor will we succeed by doing the same thing and expecting different results. Isn't that the definition of insanity, according to Voss? Like the everyday wins mentality from the first 100 days, we will sprint to make progress against hardware, content, experience, and services together. Xbox is one of the few places where people come not just to play, but to connect with others to create memories. With console at the center of how our showcase experiences are defined, Windows is one of the largest gaming platforms in the world, and incredible games under our roof as one of the largest publishers in the world, we have the foundation in place. Let's reset for a stronger Xbox and build the number one gaming and entertainment company. Asha and Matt. Well, I I expect streamlining, I expect layoffs, I expect different kinds of teams brought in. I think she is really looking at things and trying to assess how to fix shit. And despite it almost seems like anything's on the table here, guys. This was an internal memo that she sent to team Xbox, everybody at Xbox. Um, so like she's laying it out there like they've made too much investment into basically stuff that doesn't matter is the way I read that. I mean, Again, she said on number 4, we expanded our studio system when we needed a pipeline of content to meet multiple strategies across subscription streaming and devices. Um, in the process, we have found ourselves overextended as we executed on changing strategies in a landscape of more readily available content. Um, we're fortunate stewards of industry defining franchises that have enormous potential and player demand, but we have not adequately funded them to compete and win. So, I mean, she's going in there. Been the first 100 days. Remember, she was learning about the decisions that were made, why they were made, what was going on. She's learning the business, right? She's been assessing, right? Meanwhile, getting easy wins. I mean, she even kind of calls that in her, like, the everyday wins mentality from the first 100 days. We will sprint to make progress. Like, everyday wins, like little things you can keep doing every day to make progress on change, right? And I think part of that has been this, a lot of the stuff that they've already done, the stuff that she laid out in the first part, which was more updates in the last 100 days than during the prior year combined, right? No, I'm not part of Team Xbox Ray. I didn't get this memo. That's funny, dude. So I mean, she's gone in there. She's like, all right, learning mentality. First 100 days, what is going on? Why? We still have this other stuff to prepare for, stuff to do. We got to showcase. I'm going to bring in people that I think can help me fix this shit. She brought in, um, that Mike Ball, other teams, other people that were, I think, crucial to her. You know, she wasn't just like looking internally of like people like who's deserves a promotion, who just it's like who's gonna help me fix this shit. You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily people at Xbox. Like she said, like you can't just keep doing the same things and expect different results, right? She's looking for people with different mentalities, different ways of thinking to come in there and change Xbox. She is literally trying to change Xbox. She's trying to change the business of Xbox. She is using the words reset the business of Xbox. This is massive stuff. This isn't just, hey, maybe close the studio and, maybe put a little bit of money into this other team instead. Like, I mean, you're talking about just a grand scale of reshaping what Xbox is, I feel like. They've already done quite a bit of that, but I think they're just going to keep doing more. And I don't know what all that's going to entail. I don't think any of us can actually really comprehend what it's going to entail. The M&A for platform stuff is very interesting. What does that mean, right? Creating new business models. What does that mean? Um, it's all very interesting. Nothing is really revealed here, but over the next 100 days, she's laying it out about resetting the business over the next 100 days. Here's my prediction, everybody. The next 100 days are going to be a fucking wild ride. I mean, you're going to have a lot of conversation. There's going to be a lot of possible negative stuff. There's going to be a lot of hard decisions. And like she said, hard truths. There's going to be a lot of shit happening over the 100 days. It's going to get a lot of attention. And it could be studio closures, could be layoffs, it could be mergers and acquisitions. It could be them announcing some other kind of new thing that we had no idea was going to exist. There's tons of options here. The next 100 days are going to be fucking wild because that's the reason we're in the reset period now. She was in the learning period of learning the business. We're in the reset period now. After 100 days, after the next 100 days, there will be a new Xbox. It'll still have its identity. It'll be, and what is it, right? It, it will be a return to console or a return to Xbox. It'll be, that's the defining thing behind all of it. But Xbox in general, in 100 days from now, will be very different than it is today. At least from a business and platform perspective. I am crazy just this industry is insane. Like Pong says all the time, like this industry is wild. This industry is just always fun to cover. This industry is interesting, right? She is not one to just like obviously come in here and be like, it's all sunshine and rainbows. Everybody's doing a great job. We're gonna like, get this right. Don't worry, you're doing great. She's not in there to play nice. She's in there to rally a team behind a vision, right? And I think that anybody that's not really going to be on board with that or have trouble is not necessarily going to be there. I think that she is going to get people around a new identity, and it's gonna be nuts, dude. It's gonna be nuts, right? She is not. She's a fixer, guys. Asha Sharma is a fixer. She's a fucking equalizer. She's Denzel Washington. Asha Denzel Sharma. She's the equalizer. I mean, she's coming in there and she's like, we got a problem. Okay? Let me assess and figure out what this problem is. All right. What is it? I'm taking 100 days to assess. Hey, we need to do, why are we waiting so long to do this? Why are we waiting? Well, this is stuff we can just do now. Let's do that, do that, do that. All right. Let me get some people that are really experts in this. Get them to tell me what we need to do. Okay, you think we need to bring exclusives back? All right, that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring exclusives back. We ain't wasting time. Hey, PlayStation, take Halo off your fucking show, you assholes. Beep. PlayStation's pissed off. Oh, fuck you, Asha Sharma. Well, fuck you too, bitch. Click. All right, it's over, right? That's done. That phone call's done. Hey, guess what? Clockwork Revolution's exclusive next year. Hey, guess what? Gears Z-Day's exclusive. Yeah, we got our contracts on the other ones. We already promised you and stuff. But we'll give those to you. Exclusives are important. We're going to do them. Hopefully shit turns around so we can do more. It's what it kind of seems like right now. Like, that's what they're wanting to do, I believe. Crazy. Number one game and entertainment company. Yeah, that's what she's striving for. She is staking like her like I'm not gonna say career because I mean she's obviously still really young and stuff, but like she is taking on probably the biggest challenge that she's had in her career, I think, with this. And you can see the way that she's laid out, this is like probably the third memo, I think, that we've seen. The first one was kind of like a rally cry. This one is kind of like a reality check, you know? And we'll see what the next one delivers. There's going to be changes, guys. There's going to be changes. They're going to be moved fast. They're going to be furious. And it's going to be fucking crazy. And we'll be covering it here on the channel. In the meantime, at least we have a whole lot of games to look forward to over the next 100 days. Like, at least we have a hell of a lot of games to look forward to. We'll be distracted. They'll be changing. We'll be distracted playing fucking games, and we're gonna be reacting to some of those now because holy shit, I am super looking forward to some of these games, guys. Like, one of my most anticipated games, like in a very long time, has been this new Fable. Ever since it was a rumor that they're bringing it back, I just couldn't wait. We're here. We're here. It's games are around the corner. Halo, Gears, State of Decay, Fable, Clockwork Revolution. We've got Spyro coming back. You got all these different projects. We're gonna see a lot of these, and we'll be relishing in the glory of a lot of these games while crazy stuff's happening. I don't know how they're gonna do everything they need to do. It's hard to return the focus to console when the costs are going out the ass, and they're gonna have to try and figure it out. That's what her job is. Insane. Let's get into some reactions of some games, guys. Speaking of games, Fable, I thought it had an amazing trailer. The initial reveal of Fable, that where we actually got to see like the first big trailer for it, I thought was good. Right, the developer direct, we got to see like a lot. I thought it was good, but there was some stuff that people kind of picked apart and stuff, you know. But like overall, I was like, wow, this is awesome. They really captured the spirit of Fable, you know. But then they just had that trailer at the showcase on Sunday, and I was like, oh wow, they actually brought out some darker stuff here. You know, they brought darker stuff. They revealed like a antagonist. You know, they revealed a villain. You know, then we got Jack of Blades showing up. There's different stuff going on here, and I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome. You know, they're really giving us insight. Plus, you know, graphics look good. You know, looks like it's gonna have a cool story and all that. But I haven't seen this 30-minute. They have a 30-minute gameplay demo. They just did today. I've seen people talking about it online. I've seen people saying, "Hey, this looked great" and stuff. I haven't seen it yet. Will it live up to my expectations? We're about to find out. This is gonna be pure gameplay for a gameplay demo of Fable. We're gonna check it out now. Let's go. Oh shit. Now, here we go. No, wrong one. No, there we go.
Fable is a beautiful open-world action RPG, packed with drama, jeopardy, and high-stakes choices that change the world.
Windmill.
But at the heart of Fable is a game within a game. An endless, interconnected life sim where you'll be remembered for changing people's lives, building property empires, manipulating the economic fate of entire settlements, and more. And as you do all this, you'll build different identities and experience a complex, nuanced morality that is so much more than good versus evil. It's what you'll do in Fable when you aren't saving the world, and we call it building an extraordinary life. Let's dive in.
All right, building extraordinary life.
Here I am in the middle of Oakshire, one of the 6 regions in our visually diverse open world. It's characterised by beautiful rolling hills and lush, colourful foliage, inspired by the British countryside. There are settlements of different sizes throughout the world, each with their own population, traits and landmarks. Albion is full of variety. We can see one of those settlements.
I love the landscape vibes.
Silverbrook, a peaceful farming town, and the largest settlement in Oakshire.
You watched this like 10 times, Spider-Man says? Man, I haven't seen it once yet. Cody Ray says that he can't wait for Fable. I can't either, man. I loved Fable. I loved the first 3 games.
Silverbrook is all about farming, so it has an almost unhealthy obsession with vegetables, which can be seen in every detail of the environment. It's in how the villagers have decorated their houses, their shops, and their streets. It's even in how they dress their scarecrows.
Lots of pumpkins.
When I enter a settlement, I quickly run into the beating heart of Albion. Its people. There are over 1,000 handcrafted, fully voiced NPCs, each one with their own job, home, routine, relationships, and memory. None of these villagers are scripted dressing. They have emergent behavior powered by real-time systems. They go to work, they go to bed, they have hobbies and families. Sometimes, they just want to spend time in the pub.
So it really looks like all these people, you know, got their own thing going on. You know what I mean? Lots of games have like the scripted things for the NPCs and stuff, but it seems like they're really spend a lot of time with each one, is what he's basically trying to say. They mentioned this at the Fable Direct also. You know, how there's 1,000 NPCs and all of them are like fully, you know, real characters, you know. That's very interesting. It's not just like a random auto-generated thing walking around, you know. It's like a person that has a whole life. And, man, God, it's going to be fun fucking with them, isn't it? It's going to be fun fucking with them. It's going to be fun messing with their lives, guys. That's what it's all about.
Albion feels alive because its people have lives. I've never been to Silverbrook, and because I've done nothing of note yet, Max, the stable hand here, is completely indifferent to me.
Oh, bless you.
What do you want then?
So,
Max have a
if I
cold?
ask him to follow me,
Follow me. I don't deal with randos.
he won't.
Randos.
And he thought I was weird. That's fair.
Right then.
Yeah, I would think somebody that's weird if they just walked up to me and asked me to follow them. It looked like they changed the stride.
In the story, I'm here
little bit
investigating
on the
if there's a
character- like
connection
male
between
character.
Isabel, the powerful red-cloaked hero I'm pursuing, and the strange magical incidents being reported in Silverbrook.
Is that a hero? Right.
I've heard something about giant vegetables and a hero called Arden who lives nearby. Maybe they could help me find Isabel. And it seems there's a bit of a commotion in the town square. Let's see what's going on.
Someone needs to tell this little brat what's what. Oh, hero, can you do me a favour and get this bloody kid away from me?
No! I won't let you kill Colin! Hero! You have to stop him.
Look, kid, I'm a butcher, and Colin's just a pig. Do I need to spell it out?
But I'm not like all the other pigs.
Oh, he
Am I,
talks.
John?
Oh, look, I am not having this conversation with you again, Colin.
Would you kill a talking pig
Understand
for
that
bacon?
pig.
Oh, yeah, the novelty wears off after a bit, trust me.
Colin's special. Please. We can eat something else at this little travel feast. Well done.
People are expecting a hog roast, kid, and I've been preparing this pig for ages.
But I've only just learned to communicate. Who knows what else I could
Couldn't
achieve?
do it.
I've got potential, hero. Don't let me end up on a spit. Please.
Wow.
Well,
You make
this
the
certainly
decision for
qualifies
them?
as a magical incident.
Why are they letting me make the decision? But man, what would you guys do? Do you want bacon? Do you want bacon and ham, or do you want a talking pig? I mean, I'm be honest. I would let the pig live. I've never seen a talking pig before, except for like Wilbur and Charlotte's Web, or like Babe the pig, you know. So, I gotta let him live. We gotta let Colin have a chance.
What you're seeing here is not a cinematic. It's just one of the hundreds of story conversations in our
You
game.
want bacon served?
We have over 2 hours of high-quality, performance-captured cinematics, just like the ones you've seen in our trailers. But in these conversations, you'll make hundreds of branching dialogue choices that change what happens and how people feel about you. It's important to note that every choice has a consequence.
Oh man.
It's up to me if Colin lives or dies. And I think he should live.
You want your baby back
I mean,
ribs?
come on.
Brett?
He's a talking pig.
Let the pig live.
Yes!
Thanks, hero. I knew you'd understand. No hard feelings, John.
You don't make the decisions here. This is my pig, bought and paid for.
Like I was saying, why he's letting me make the decision?
I can see his point. So I'm going to pay the butcher.
What's the pig worth to you? I'll cover it.
Oh, it's not just a pig. It's provisions, labour, faff. We're talking thousands.
Thousands?
2,000 gold. That seems pretty steep. All right. Colin's worth it.
Here. This should cover your expenses.
Fine. Those rumours about Dave's veg better be true. Feast going vegan this year.
Hero! You saved Colin. Mum gave me these, but I think
Colin's
he deserved
out.
them more.
Colin owes him $2,000.
Maybe you could help me back. The guild sent me. There's been reports of strange things happening around here.
Like what?
Talking pigs?
Who's in charge around here? And where's Arden, the hero?
Arden doesn't really come around here anymore. You should try the sheriff. His office is nearby. Come on, Colin. Let's go.
I mean, this is pure RPG,
I've spared
right?
Colin's life. I've also gained reputations as virtuous and shrewd. In Fable, every action generates local reputation. You'll eventually be known for the reputations you build, and everyone will judge you on their own moral terms, often directly.
Whoa. That person just said they have a quest for me in their bedroom?
And this is at the center of our complex, nuanced take on morality. Evolving beyond just right and wrong. It reflects real life, where morality is multifaceted and subjective. One person's good,
There's gonna be somebody
is
that
another
wanted
person's evil.
bacon really bad.
Even being merciful will divide opinion.
Let's chat to some other folks and see what they think about me.
Hello there.
Hey, you're that hero.
This is Jack the Beggar. He's a commoner who's unemployed right now, which is a shame, given he's a hard-working sort of person. On the right is how he feels about me. Jack likes my virtuous reputation and thinks I'm principled.
I ain't giving
Other
you my
NPCs
heart
might
to
feel
make up for the
differently about
bacon,
my choices, because each has their own moral view on the choices you make. There are lots of ways to interact with NPCs. I'm going to give some gold to Jack, because he seems nice, and he's a bit down on his luck.
For you. I hope it helps.
Oh, this is going straight in my pocket. Cheers.
He was grateful for that, and he felt I was being kind. Let's give him a bit more.
Whoa. Calm down.
Here. Don't spend it all at once.
This takes the edge off. Thank you.
What's up, Void Rat?
That made an impact. I've gained a reputation for being kind, and I'm known for it across Silverbrook. Everything you do has a consequence. Let's leave Jack.
So long. You're like a breath of fresh air, you know?
Kick the chicken.
I do like Jack, though. Maybe I should buy him a gift. There are lots of shops with different stock across Albion. Let's go to the
I mean, you
general
just gave
store
him
across the
200
street
gold
to
pieces.
see what
You
they
don't
have.
need to go buy him a gift now.
Every business has NPCs working in them as part of their daily life. Just like Megan here.
This is some quality stuff.
Welcome, hero. What can I do for you?
Doing my deal to save Colin gave me a shrewd reputation, and Megan here is a fan. She's an ambitious commoner, and she thinks I'm savvy because of my earlier deal-making. Every NPC has unique characteristics driving who they are and what they think of you. You know what? Forget Jack. He's dead to me. I'm going to try flirting with Megan.
Phew. Is it hot around here, or is it just you?
Well, aren't you confident? Between you and me, I've always wanted to swoon.
That went well. Megan thinks I'm charming and flirty, and I've started to build a reputation for it in Silverbrook. Let's ask her out on a date.
Do you want to grab a drink or something?
Would you believe you're almost what I'm looking for?
Clearly she's interested,
Entrepreneur,
but I'm
wears
not
only
worthy
fancy
of her time
clothes,
just yet.
Owns a local residence.
She
Gotta
wants to
check
date
those
an
boxes.
entrepreneur who owns their own home and only wears fancy clothes. They're high standards. She is ambitious after all. All right, I'm invested in taking Megan on a date. Let's go.
I'll be back, I'm sure.
You have a smashing day.
First, I'll need to buy a business to get a reputation as an entrepreneur. In Fable, I can literally buy any business. I could buy that bakery across the street, or around the corner, I could buy one of the
Why
stores.
don't you buy her shop?
But you know what?
See how that goes.
I think I like the pub. The Silver Trough. It's simple to buy a property. Interact with the deed outside the front door to see income, price, and the number of people employed there. To be honest, I've always wanted to own a pub, so let's buy it. Maybe this is the start of my business empire. I'm a proud new pub owner. Now I can set prices.
Hey, you can
and
go make
wages,
the money that
and I
Jack's
can
gonna
manage the
spend
staff.
now. That 200 you gave him, I'm sure he's gonna spend it at
Every
the
villager
pub.
performs differently. Here, Susan the bartender is great with customers because she's caring.
It's
And
future
that's giving my
investment.
pub an income boost of 10%. Thanks, Susan. The pub's understaffed, though. As the new owner, I should probably sort that out.
Hey, give
And
Jack a
guess what?
job.
I know just the hard-working fellow. Let's go back to Jack the Beggar. I've also gained reputations as an entrepreneur and as rich.
Okay.
Because I bought the pub and it cost me a ton of gold. Jack, you're no longer dead to me.
Hi there. Hey, you.
Jack still likes me for my kindness earlier, but I like that Jack is hardworking, so I'm going to give him a job in my pub.
It says he's a hard-working commoner.
Got a job, if you're
Okay.
interested.
I can probably do that, yeah.
I can hire anyone.
Yeah,
providing
that's
they
the
like me
way that
enough
they
to
slow
accept
walk
my
during
job
these
offer.
gameplay demos.
Great. Jack is thankful I've made a positive impact on his life. He's no longer a beggar, and he's now a bartender.
Jack
Cheers.
the bartender.
Yeah, makes sense. There are so many other people to talk to.
Villagers react to the
why are you-
reputations you
Why are you
build,
still sitting there? You got a
and
job.
they
bro.
remember the things you do to them. Now the pub is fully staffed, and Jack can head off to work.
There he goes.
Take
Just had
your
to get in
time,
a few
Jack.
more seconds in.
Next, I need some fancy clothes. Let's head to the tailor.
What a
Oh my
cheeky
God.
chava.
There are lots of places I can update my
I'm
look.
gonna love the
Tailors,
fuck out of this game, guys.
hairdressers,
I'm
tattooists,
gonna mess around with
and
people
every
so
settlement
much.
has different
Oh my
options
God.
available.
It's
There
gonna
are
be
rare outfits to
it's gonna be
discover in the more
chaos.
dangerous parts of Albion too.
This came out today,
There are
Nate.
tons of options to create a unique look for your hero.
Now we gotta dress all fancy like. Gotta
This place
impress
looks fancy.
Megan the
Let's head inside.
shopkeeper.
This is the tailor, Rhiannon.
So much choice on offer.
We're closing soon.
Okay,
Just
bitch.
like real life, wealth is a divisive
That's a way
topic, and
talk
Rhiannon
to a customer.
has her own views. In stark contrast to the ambitious Megan, she's very much not a fan of rich entrepreneurs, and she thinks I'm out of touch. Which makes sense, given she's humble. Let's have a look at what she's selling. Fancy clothes, hopefully.
Can I see your stuff?
Don't
Oh,
waste my
you
time.
gotta hire her, Brett. That's the personality for your
Rhiannon's
place.
jacking up the prices by 80% just for me. Looking closer reveals why. That's just how much she hates me. This is just one example of where your choices ripple through
Right on,
all
Donovan.
the interconnected systems. And here I've got our character customizer. I'm free at any time to find a wardrobe and change a bunch of different things about myself. I can change my skin tone, body, head, hair, and lots more. In the tailor, I can only buy clothes. But there's over 120 different shops in Albion, each with their own stock and items to buy.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to have plenty of time for optimization now, hopefully.
Let's finish my outfit with some fancy shoes.
Yeah, this does look insane. I want to get to some combat too.
See you,
I want to see
Rhiannon.
what that's like.
Take care.
Yeah, all right.
We don't get
God,
on.
I
but
I
it's been a
won't be
pleasure.
back. We just bought all these things.
Now
You're like,
I'm
all
really
right,
looking the part.
all right.
Let's check on my
Whatever.
relationship with Megan.
Where's the service of the smile?
At any time, I can dip into property and people screens to track my loved ones.
Yeah,
of which there could be
Sebastian,
many,
it is.
because I can have relationships with everyone in Albion if I like. It would just take a while. While I'm here, I can see the reputation cloud on the right. It shows me what I'm known for in Silverbrook. As an entrepreneur, rich, kind, shrewd, and virtuous.
I love that you can
On a single moral scale,
track all that
these
easily there.
reputations would be seen the same way, as absolutely good or evil. However, as we've seen with Megan and Rhiannon, Fable's morality reflects the complexity of judgment we see in the world today, where everyone has their own moral view.
The last thing left for Megan is to own a home. I'm a bit short on cash though, seeing as I paid a fortune to save Colin and bought a pub.
That
But
was being
since I've
first,
bought
Waiter
it,
Ed?
I've been
Right
earning
on.
passive income. So let's swing by to collect it. The people of Silverbrook all have their own nuanced, subjective view of who I am and what they think of me. But if I don't like my reputations in Silverbrook, I can pay the town crier to change them.
To be big, Nate.
I give them gold, a lot of gold, and they spread a new reputation for me.
1,000
If
full
you're rich enough,
characters.
you can change
know?
what people think of you. Here I am at the Silver Trough.
Each with their own
now under new
personality,
management.
everything. You know.
Let's head inside and
Crazy.
check in on our employees.
Yeah, you're gonna have an individual relationship with. You can have an individual relationship with all
There's Susan,
1,000.
my star
you know?
bartender from earlier.
Well, aren't you a do-gooder?
Hey, you. Working hard?
Just who I wanted to see. You.
Oh, she
Calm-
fancies
calm
me because
down.
she thinks I'm compassionate. Sorry, Susan. I only have eyes for Megan.
Keep at it.
You and me, boss. You and me.
Hey.
And there's Jack. Let's say hi.
How's it going? Just working. You know me.
Oh, because you're a
I
hard-working
knew you'd
commoner.
work out, Jack.
That's right.
He is a hard-working commoner after all.
Yep. See.
Keep up the good work.
Captain
Farewell.
Obvious.
See you, boss.
Things seem to be ticking over in here, so I'll head downstairs to the income chest to collect my profits.
Looking good.
There's an income chest in every business I own and every property I live in. It means I don't have to go to each individual place, and I can collect all my income from any of them.
Oh, nice. They magically go to each other.
I've got a decent
Sweet.
amount of gold now. Time to pick off the last thing on Megan's list. Owning my own property in Silverbrook. Let's go house hunting. I can buy literally any house in Albion. It would just take a while.
I wonder if you can buy like furniture and decorate the houses and stuff, you know? Because that's what's going to sell my wife on the game. Like, out of everything we saw, like, you know, and actually, I think she might even end up being more devious than I am when it comes to this. I'm actually just thinking about this. I'm really scared to see what she does in Fable. I mean, she's known for in GTA, she will just hire a stripper or prostitute, get the service done, wait for them to exit the vehicle, then proceed to run over them, and then take her money back as well as the money on them. That is how she plays GTA. And I think there's going to be a lot more things you can do in this game to fuck with people. And I'm a little nervous to see how demented my wife is. We'll have to see how it goes.
And quite a bit of gold.
Plus, she will also decorate the houses. She loves doing
But
that
I
too.
like the look of this one. Nice garden, rural views, weird hairy pig statues out front. Let's have a look.
I think letting Colin
Looks
live
like
is
I
going to
don't
come back
quite
to
have
bite
enough
us here,
money.
guys.
That's a shame.
I can't
But
wait
one
to
thing I
stream
can
this
do is
game. Oh
pick
my
up a shift
god,
at
it's
the
going to be a
job.
blast.
There's a blacksmith just down the
Holy
road.
shit, I just thought about
Hopefully I
that.
can go earn enough gold there.
Making
Going
these
on
decisions
dates,
with the
buying
chat.
properties and
Oh, this would be a
businesses,
blast,
and doing
guys.
jobs are
We
all
can do
part of
polls
the
to make
interconnected
hard
Fable
decisions.
experience. It really adds to the sense of immersion when I can take a break from saving the world to change the lives of the people around me and discover how the simulation reacts. I could play this part of the game forever, and I'd never run out of systemic
Beautiful
toys to
game.
tinker with.
Look at that, like, in the distance.
There's a couple of jobs to take on across Albion, but today I fancy a try at blacksmithing. It's as simple as walking up to the anvil to start a shift. No prior experience required.
I'm sure the actual blacksmith won't mind.
In the interest of time, we've reduced the time limit here. But regardless, it's a classic case of risk versus reward. I'm constantly having to balance speed versus precision, while trying to earn as much as I can. I need to hit all the hotspots to complete an item, but if I manage a perfect hit, just like that, I earn a multiplier on my gold.
I mean, how much time do you think we're going to be spending banging these
That's a successful shift completed.
tools?
I can return to the blacksmith anytime to earn more gold and gain blacksmithing experience while building my reputation.
Right on.
I've now got just about enough gold for the house. Let's head back down the street and buy it.
Get a little pep in your step, bro.
There are guards stationed in every settlement. They're always there to keep a watchful eye on the villagers, and probably 2 eyes on a hero. If I get caught committing crimes, I'll find myself in trouble with the law. And that will change what people think of me.
I mean, I get you, Fuzzy, but like this is the. I think this is for Fable fans. Like this is the heart of Fable. You know what I mean? Despite the story stuff, this is like what makes Fable.
I'm the
Fable,
owner. I can hike up the rent or even make it free if I'm feeling charitable. I can manage my tenants too. I can let them stay and keep collecting the rental income, but I want to move in myself, which gives me the choice to just chuck them out on the street,
Shane.
or be nice and give them a bit of gold to leave. And if I chuck them out, that would cause me to be known as heartless. And I'm trying to be nice right now in case I ruin things with Megan. And now I'm free to move in. Let's look around. Home sweet home. I can buy any house in Albion. And while this one lacks some square footage, there are huge houses, even mansions I can buy throughout the game.
Nice.
Looks like the tenants left some stuff behind. Awful fans, apparently. Wherever I live, I have access to my income chest and wardrobe.
Can you decorate
so I can
the
collect
house?
all my gold and change my appearance whenever I like. That was the last thing on Megan's list. Let's head back to the general store. Fable has a dynamic time of day that changes what people are doing throughout their routine. It's still the afternoon, so hopefully Megan is still working. If I'm too late, she'll be back home in bed.
And there's my new pub with some customers in the beer garden. Now we're back at the general store. Let's find Megan.
Just the person I wanted to see.
Yeah, that'd be cool, Bob. Brett.
I've ticked off all Megan's dating goals.
We checked all your boxes.
So now my chances of romance are much improved. Let's ask her on a date again.
How about a date?
A date? Oh, I'm chuffed to bits.
I can offer a gift to increase my chances of a date being a good one. As tempting as my new offal is, I'm going to give Megan flowers instead. I think she'll like them more.
Yeah, February's
Here
too
we
far
are on
away,
a date
man.
at the Silver
It'd be
Trough.
so good.
Hope I'm getting free drinks. Looks like it went well.
That was quite the date, hero. Loved it.
Hey, you.
Oh, hero. That date was just brill.
Megan found
I'm
me
gonna
quite
need
charming.
a.
I'd like to make things official, so
I
I'll
need
ask
a
her to be in a
dictionary
relationship with me.
For like,
So what do you say?
some of these like
Ready
old
for something
English
more?
words mean.
And what a lovely couple we'll make.
Some of these British words.
Whatever comes next, I'm with you.
It's official. That's not the end, though. I could build this relationship a lot more. We could get married, which comes with its
Whoa.
own set of goals.
You see that
we could move
sleep
into
with
my house
option?
and start a family. And I can even hire her for one of my businesses. Things could go the other way, too.
Be cool
I
if they
could
just
break up with Megan. or
change the
divorce her in
name of
future,
Sleep With to
or I
Fuck.
might make choices that make her divorce me. There's lots of ways I could change her life, and she'll remember. But we've seen enough romance for now. Bye, Megan.
I have to go. But you're welcome to watch me leave.
You have a lovely time, sweetheart.
Before we go, I've only really
Brill?
demonstrated what it's like
What does
being an
Brill
upstanding
mean?
citizen in Silverbrook. Our game is one full of contrast, though,
BRILL, she said.
where I decide
Never
the
heard
kind of
that.
hero I want to be. So let's briefly explore what it's like if I'm not so nice. Hi, Susan.
PC mods are gonna be
I'm
outrageous.
starting to love to see you.
Lovely to see you, boss.
Sorry, Susan. You're fired.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You're fired. Sorry.
Love it.
You're gonna regret that, swine.
She's not happy
brilliant.
about that.
Okay,
and
thank
she thinks
you.
I'm being heartless.
Maybe I'm
but
just
because
stupid.
in Fable morality is
It was just
subjective and
short
varies
for
from
brilliant.
person to person, not everybody will have a problem with that. There might even be someone who fancies me because I'm heartless. Villagers also react to my physical actions. If I start firing arrows around the place, they'll start to perceive me as reckless.
I noticed the sun's starting to set. Nice.
I can even take pot shots at the locals if I want. And now I've gone too far, but I'm in the mood for a fight.
Oh, nice. Okay.
In Fable, you can
Man, that was
express
nice.
yourself with
Oh,
your
you got
own
the old
combat
school
style,
orbs, everything.
combining
like,
strength,
yes.
skill, and will in style-weaving combat. You
Oh,
choose
man.
the weapons, skills, and abilities you want
Let's
to
go.
use and blend them seamlessly together.
This is like old school Fable, but new. Like, man, they, okay. This is a game just flipped on its head, man. Fucking love it. Wow. Executions.
I'm putting up a fight, but backup will keep on coming until I leave Silverbrook. Peacefully or not. I think a tactical retreat is probably for the best.
Call the horsey.
Now I have a bounty on my head which will grow with more crime. I
Oh,
can immediately pay
Fable
or
GTA
pay a
edition.
reduced fine if I spend long enough out of town.
Call the
My
horsey. Here we
reputations
go.
don't disappear with my bounty though. Once I'm known as a killer and a criminal, it'll stick with me until I put in the work to change what people think. Or until I've made an expensive visit to the town crier. Because the people in Albion remember what you do.
At least you let Colin live.
Over the
They can
past
all, they'll all
25
forget
minutes or
about it
so,
when they eat some
I've bought a
bacon.
pub and
Or
a
when they
house,
don't.
been
No,
a
they'll get
landlord,
pissed
and
because they
changed a
won't be
beggar's
eating
life.
bacon. Never mind.
I've customized my look, saved a magic talking pig, fought the law, and I've built a relationship with just one of Albion's 1,000 handcrafted, fully voiced NPCs. And here's the reputation cloud again. I'm rich and charming because of my spending habits and my relationships. I'm also a criminal and a killer due to my reckless behavior and fighting with the guards.
I'd say
Yet,
you're kind of
I'm shrewd
bipolar.
for saving Colin and an entrepreneur
What's
because
what
I
happened
bought
there?
a silver trough.
It was like, hey, let's.
I've built
all
a
of a sudden,
complex,
you just
rich
got triggered by
identity in
something.
Silverbrook, which the people there will react to through their own moral view.
Let's spend about, 15 minutes just schmoozing, or 20 minutes schmoozing people over, doing what it takes to get in a relationship, buying a house. We give some money to a beggar. We're gonna save a magic talking pig, and then I'm just gonna go fire somebody and then just start shooting arrows at people and just murder a few, and then leave. Sounds like a normal day. Absolutely, that's Fable for you. Let's go. Oof.
I'm not simply good or evil.
That's a good
I'm
way to
so
end it.
much more than that. There are many more settlements across Albion to explore. My identity is mine to create in each one, and everyone will have their own perspective on what I do as I build an extraordinary life. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more in-depth Fable information as we move closer to our launch.
Man. Let's go! February can't come soon enough, man. Man, that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. What'd you guys think? I don't know. Is there anybody in the chat that hasn't seen that yet, like me? I mean, this is like, like that's Fable. I mean, they captured Fable, but like not only just captured Fable, they captured the heart and spirit of Fable. But it's like they're doing things that they couldn't do back then. You know what I mean? It's it's so cool having so many different like people to fuck with. And I mean that you can do that in good ways, bad ways, whatever. But like, I mean, it seems the feeling that this gave me is you're gonna go into a town or an area, and it's like its own playground of just how do you want to interact? What do you want to be here? You know, can you like fight your own impulses if you want to be something? Like, how are they gonna? You know, like you're gonna okay, so one of the reasons I like the whole subjective thing and everybody has their own views because that's going to force you to make harder decisions, right? It's not like I'm all in on this, I'm all in on that. Okay, what if you want to accomplish something with one person, but that goes against what somebody else likes? You know what I mean? So then you're faced with the conflict within yourself at that point of how to make those decisions because like they said there's consequences to whatever you do, so instead of just being all black and white, you know, like there are going to be consequences to everything with every person, and it's going to shape the decisions that you make, right? For me, that's a lot more interesting. Um, so cool, man. I can't wait to see how this all plays out. Like I'm gonna stream the hell out of this game, guys. We're gonna have fun watching this stuff together, and the combat looks good too. I mean, that's gonna be the hard thing too, with how fun the combat looks. Not just slaughtering an entire village. I mean, it's insane. Yeah, that was great. That was a great gameplay demo of just exploring the mechanics of of how to navigate the relationships and the mechanics of like a town. You know. Now it's not getting into the story stuff. It's not getting into all that shit, right? This is just getting into like the heart of Fable. You know, Brett says, "Are they going to have co-op?" No, they're not going to have co-op. Maybe eventually, you know, they keep this going. Fable 2, you know. Calorie says, I know Pong didn't like that they aren't doing straight good versus evil, but they may make a good point. I hated in those games where I was doing 100 good things, but then did one bad thing and it wiped it all. Yeah, I mean, I just find it a little bit interesting of just like how the different reactions from the different people, seeing what checks their boxes or what like they like is going to potentially influence your decision. Because if you're having an objective goal, you can have like a goal with all these different people, whatever it may be, you know, and knowing that different people are going to have different outlooks on you will influence your decisions, you know. So that's very cool. Love that gameplay. I mean, yeah, the frame rate was not didn't seem like super smooth, but it's also YouTube, so it's hard to tell sometimes, man. Um, Optimization maybe needs a little bit more optimization. I think it'll be probably polished up by February. The combat was like amazing. Like I didn't expect that. It just flipped on its head at how good that combat looked and the actual gameplay sequence. Fable, man, so cool, so cool. I mean, that is a true playground. Really is. That's an RPG at its like at core. RPG ass RPG, man. Like you were playing a role, you know, and it's your own role. Like what you're coming up with. Like it's telling your story. Like you're shaping it, shaping the world. That's 100% what it's about. It'd be insane. Can't wait. Fable just got further away from me. Like It just got further away. I want Fable to come out so bad. We got more to react to though, guys. That was just the first thing they showed today. We got a gameplay demo of Halo. We got a gameplay demo of Halo Campaign Evolved. Let's see how it looks. This is another 28-minute gameplay demo.
Aw, hell.
Oh, hell.
Roger that. We'll be able to find our way to the control center from here. Good luck. Bowhammer out.
It looks like Halo.
The Covenant presence here is stronger than I anticipated. They seem to have the entire region secured.
You notice something I noticed, like also with it, like at the showcase, I noticed is the colors are just popping so much more, right?
These lights seem to be responding to our proximity and guiding us to the exit.
Oh, that was a really bad grenade, bro. There you go. I mean, this looks like classic Halo. A little bit more shiny.
Interesting. The weather patterns here seem natural.
I'm updating the
not
quality for this
artificial.
one.
I wonder if the ring's environment systems are malfunctioning, or if the designers wanted the installation to have
What's happened? What happened? Hold on. Sorry, that's my fault.
not artificial. I wonder if the ring's environment systems are malfunctioning, or if the designers wanted the installation to have inclement weather.
Is that my fault? What's going on?
Cortana to Fire Team Zulu.
Am I doing too much shit on my PC?
Coordinates received, Fire Team Zulu.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this down. Sorry, guys. I'm doing too much high performance shit here. There you go.
Hey, tracking data indicates we're almost on top of them, Chief. They should be in the canyon below us. Get a visual.
Cover me.
They shoot at me.
Damn. Yeah, I think I know why it's happening, Calorie 2,
Halo
is
is a weapon.
because
This entire
I have,
must be the firing.
I had an issue with like driver timeouts with AMD. So one of the suggestions I saw was to turn off hardware acceleration on the browser. So I turned that off, and I think it is affecting like the ability for the browser video to play very well, you know what I mean? Fable looked amazing. Because like if I'm streaming and I have a driver timeout, then it can like crash my stream. What the hell is going on here? Stop it. Stop that shit. I wasn't having any problems when I was doing it at 1080, so I'll just run it at 1080. Yeah, they confirmed 2-player split screen and then 4-player online cross-platform co-op.
We read you, Fire Team Zulu, on our way.
It's looking so good. Is it my internet? Why are we buffering?
We need some help down here. Where's the reinforcements?
Huh? Yours is fine? Why are we buffering? You couldn't get the video to play right either? So is it just their, like, upload is fucked or something?
We read you, Fire Team Zulu, on our way.
It's risky.
I mean, I'm surprised, like, how
Covenant vehicle.
with UE5, how Halo it is. You know what I mean? Like, because this isn't just a skin, like the other remakes and stuff. Like, this is remade in UE5, but like, there's some kind of virtualization layer they said that's in there. I think to try and capture the feel of Halo. So I'm really kind of, I don't even know what that means necessarily.
Here they come. Take cover. Those mortar tanks will tear us apart.
It's gonna be so good. Fuck. The question will be, will this just be the, like, predominant way that people play Halo CE now? You know what I mean? Because this is still one of the most... Fuck you with the buffers. My God. What is going on? Halo CE is one of the most, like, replayed games. You know what I mean? So, like, is this going to supplant going back to play the original version, you know, because, like, this one's so good, or are people still going to prefer to go back and play the original again? Yeah, I'm not sure, Calorie. I don't know exactly what voodoo they're doing here. I'll tell you one thing. This buffering stuff is pissing me off. Like, we didn't have any problems with Fable.
Let's mop up the rest of them. Hostiles eliminated.
Alert, I'm detecting a Scorpion tank up ahead. We should use that to punch through the Covenant defenses.
Hell! We can't hold them off again! We need to bug out! Shut up! Show some backbone, amigo! We're all in this together!
Negative, team. No evac available. At this time, but the chief and I could use some assistance.
Chief! turn up in your skirt.
We could use a hand.
What if I
Fire Team Yankee.
refresh?
Link up with Zulu and follow us.
Affirmative. Fall up on the Master Chief and get ready to move out. Good looking out, dog.
Good looking out, dog. What had happened was...
Thank you.
If it happens again, I'm refreshing.
I'll navigate.
Tank looks good.
Showtime! Weapons free!
Coast down.
Arm and burn! Ooh, baby!
Ghost on the ground.
Bloody hell. Enemy forces have armor support. Time to learn our play, boys.
The Covenant placed their tanks to defend the entrance to the tunnel.
Looks so classic.
Your credit to UNSC.
Surprise!
Man, I really wish they had multiplayer.
How'd that feel?
I really wish this had multiplayer. At least it has co-op. I mean, they could have remade the original Halo CE maps.
We won't be home in time for tea, boys.
Banshee inbound.
And just kept it as small, like some more simple experience at least, but like just to have it would have been pretty cool. I know what the ladies like.
Yeah!
We will destroy that ghost now. Weapon is hot.
The tunnel door is locked. We need to find the door's controls and open it.
Like if they could like simulate the LAN party experience somehow. Yeah, that'd been weird. That'd been crazy.
Careful.
Oh jeez. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
To find the door's controls and open it.
I'm in the jump seat.
Yeah, Moog's effects are good.
Careful.
Yo, Cyber. You rock member for 10 months as Xbox for life. Appreciate you, Cyber Gunner.
This was mine. Contact.
Contact. All Covenant forces sighted.
I really love the look of the Scorpion tank.
All right, I'm making noise. Clear to engage.
The color effects from the explosions, the plasma pistols, all that. The fuel rod cannons. You thought that was guitar in the game?
Covering fire.
Yeah.
Ooh, cushy.
Nick Sense Doom.
All tangos neutralized.
I love even they kept the like same old school like checkpoint system, all that, you know. Everything's so shiny. Look how shiny the Wraith is.
Area secure. Engaging multiple enemies. I'm engaged. We're clear, yeah. Enemy troop carrier inbound. They got ghosts.
Yeah. Let's go.
You gotta kill that ghost. Fire it. Going now. Good kill. All right, I'm making noise. You gotta kill that man. Now. Manchi.
Take it out.
Knock out that ghost. Perfect. Ghost neutralized. All clear. Got Ray.
You watched it on YouTube this morning just fine. It's running better now after I refresh. I think there's just something up with it. Up with the tab. I don't know.
Concentrate on fire. Heads up.
I'm always jealous when like people get to like experience one of these all-time greats for the first time, you know? Because like you wish you could go back and experience it for the first time again.
Careful.
Get that spanker.
Contact! Contact! I'm making covenant drops and moving towards our position. Move!
I love the look of the rocket launcher, man.
Under fire!
Let's go. This is gonna be so fun.
Clear!
Yeah, they put a lot of care into making sure this was right.
But the Covenant are dug in up there in those rocks, Chief. We're totally hemmed in. Marines, hold your positions. We'll handle those guns. Master Chief, we should scale the ridge and get below those stationary guns.
I'm in no hurry for a heroic charge on those guns, Cortana. Holding position.
You're hoping they'd add the grapple shot. What's up, Boba?
Cover fire! Ghost is grounded. I'm clear. Banshee. Say your prayers, freak.
Lock in. There you go.
Enemy down. Area clear.
I mean, this is Halo. I mean,
My kid.
I think if anything, this just answers like how true
Cortana to
to
Fire Team Zulu.
the original everything is. I mean, it seems like it's running over the, like, a layer running over the original, but like at the same time, like it doesn't, you know? Like, this is voodoo. Sprint. I'm wondering if, like, somebody like Jasper's gonna watch this and just notice a million little details that are out of place that I'm not noticing, you know? But, like, everything looks great to me. It's like a remake built from the ground up, but, like, it doesn't seem like, it seems too true to life, too true. Like, you know what I mean? But I remember I saw Matt Booty's interview. He mentioned capturing the feel of Halo is important and stuff, and like that he called it a virtualization layer running underneath and stuff. Like, so what is that? I don't know the technicalities of that. Yo, Micah, appreciate you, bro. Says game looks good. Absolutely. Member for 60 months, bro. That's 5 years, Micah. Holy shit, bro. 5 years, dude. That's insane. Thank you, Micah. Yeah, I mean, certain things do have to be, like, it's voodoo. I'm telling you, it's voodoo. I don't know, it's very
resistance appears to be increasing.
Crazy remake.
We must be close to the control center.
Because it is all new, you know, but it's not all new, like, you know what I mean? It looks like they nailed it too much to be... Fucking voodoo, man. Looks so good. I mean, are they just that good at insane good attention to detail? You know? Or just capture the essence of it so perfectly that it, like, mind fucking me not noticing the differences. You know? I love the lighting, the way that the plasma light is reflecting off the walls. Do y'all think we're gonna see a Halo 2 this way, Halo 3, Halo Reach? You know, do y'all think we're gonna see full-on remakes like this one? Halo 2 Anniversary still looks great, to be honest. And Master Chief Collection. Like, but you can't tell me that it won't be a shit ton of people go and buy a new Halo 2 remake, you know? Like, maybe Halo 3, you know, because they never really did the full remake of Halo 3 yet, but like, if you do 3, do you skip 2? And after this, like, how long would it take them to do 2? Are they already working on it, you know? Are they already working on 2 and 3? I mean, it's a lot of questions, man, but like, if you do 2 and 3 and like, you just do the single players, or do you add multiplayer to them? What other projects are they working on, you know? I just hope we get a lot of Halo stuff. I'm okay with them milking the hell out of Halo as long as we get tons of cool experiences, cool games. I mean, look at what like Nintendo's doing with Zelda. I mean, there's so much Zelda shit that comes out all the time now. There's like the old school remakes, like different kinds of Zelda games, the 2Ds, top down, you know, ones. There's like they did Majora's Mask, or doing Ocarina of Time, but then, you know, they just had Tears of the Kingdom a couple years ago. And Wind Waker, you know, like. We've gotten one hit. Besides this, we've gotten one Halo game.
Subtle.
Since Master Chief
Covenant
Collection,
Banshees.
you know?
You can use them to fly straight to the control structure. Don't let anyone else touch them.
Got Halo Infinite.
The entrance to the control center is at the top
Yeah, I'm
of that
okay
pyramid
with more
structure.
new, smaller experiences too. Yeah, this is looking fantastic. Like they kind of said, this is a test bed for the future of Halo. Yeah, maybe a minute. I don't know. But what if that one multiplayer game doesn't take off, you know, like, or like, you know? What if the community just doesn't like it or something, you know? Like, there's a million things that could happen. So classic. I personally just think it, like, keep telling more Halo stories and have standalone multiplayers with each one, and then, like, you can't take that many, you can't take forever to have new games, you know? Because Halo's such a big franchise, people are going to be giving each one a chance, you know? Well, it used to be like 3 years between Halo games, is like forever now, you know? That way you can kind of have a fresh experience with each one, you know? Like, I don't know, like, I kind of want them to go back to the old school way of doing it, but I think you got to get that pipeline going to where you can make the games faster.
This is it. Halo's control center.
Love it. Looks great. Yeah, Halo's my favorite franchise too, Def. So they had two other things too. They had this, there's like third person, guys. I saw somebody post a clip of this. They had a video out. There's like skulls now where you can do third person Halo. I know that Steel Rain's gonna love this shit. That's crazy. I want to have multiplayer matches like this just for the hell of it.
Clear here. There's more of them.
Area secure.
It's showtime.
Let's go find the map room. That will show us the location of Halo's control center. I've been able to pinpoint the main facility by cross-referencing Covenant survey data and religious texts. We were right. It's on this island. I've marked the entrance with a nav point.
You'll skip ahead.
Stop them before they learn the location of the control center.
I don't know, Warthog wasn't third person, but the Warthog's always been third person. That'd been interesting if it was Warthog first person. Flip that on its head. Cockpit view.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here. It looks like there is a path into the interior of the island.
Is that all you got?
Chaos. Yeah, that overshield looks crazy, bro. That overshield looks fucking crazy. Yeah, this looks nuts in third person, dude. Got like a fucking Halo fever dream or some shit. looks so cool, man. Do you think you should have to get a skull to do this, though? Or do you think they should just, like, have this, like, out the gates for everybody? They want to do this from the bat.
Chief, Bravo 22 was bringing us some heavy weapons. After I saw we were up against hunters, I thought you could use them.
Wow. What do you think, guys? Does this look great, or does this look great? Alright, that's enough of that. I just wanted to see some of that gameplay. Actually, I'm gonna go to the next clips. That was wait, where is it? This one is the Skulls
Park
remix
your rear
co-op
and
in
land in
Halo.
air. It's your favorite lean, mean man in green, Sergeant Major Avery Johnson.
There's another video that
I
came
just
out with
beat
today.
The campaign, aren't I done? No, we got all the bits, bobs, levers, and knobs to tweak and tune your experience. First up, skulls. In Halo Campaign Evolved, there are 3 skulls hidden in each and every alien-infested mission. They're collectible artifacts that help you modify your mission with tougher challenges, bonus perks, or some truly absurd outcomes. Turn on 1, turn on 2. Hell, turn them all on if you think you can handle it. Let's have a look at some of my favorites. You feeling proud of those headshots? How about celebrating with a grunt birthday party?
The classic.
How about infinite ammo? Let me say that again. Infinite ammo. Activate the bandana skull and you'll never have to worry about battery charge or how many magazines you got left. And if the ground is feeling hot, 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 some skulls will make you jump around. Boom! Bang! Look at them fly. Some skulls bring the bip, the bap, and the boom. Rockets, grenades, vehicles. It's glorious to behold. Do you believe you can fly? Do you believe you can touch the sky? The Acrophobia skull will let you take flight to explore every corner of Alpha Halo, whether you should be there or not. You want to admire that sleek new Mark V armor. Activate the Perspective Skull to pull those eyes out of your head and see things in third person. Then again, sometimes you just want some old school vibes. Maybe throw it back to simpler times. In my day, the MA5B held 60 rounds. Look at those shell casings fly. Whether you want to play OG or OP, skulls can make you feel like the biggest badass on the block. And that's not all. Can't decide what route to take? Remix mode will automatically order you a combo platter to get you out of the menu and into the mayhem. Don't worry though, at this fine establishment, substitutions are allowed. This feature is perfect for any discerning cyborg super soldier looking to mix things up a bit. Remix opens up the floodgates of what's possible on the battlefield. Hey, what are these guys doing here? Remix doesn't just change how you play the game. It changes how you see the battlefield. And it goes without saying, a Halo adventure like this is just too good to keep to yourself. So feel free to bring a friend or 3 to subject to your masochistic madness. Skulls and Remix let you play Halo your way. Halo Campaign Evolved. Pre-order now.
Little
That's an
intro
order,
into
soldier.
how skulls work for newbies, I guess. It's gonna be interesting. They're gonna have to introduce a lot of people that never played Halo before into like basic Halo shit. You know what I mean? Like, hey everybody, this is a skull, right? Man, why is there a HyperX logo there? Y'all notice that there's a HyperX logo on the screen for the... They help with audio stuff, or is this like running on a Omen PC or something? Like, it's, I don't know, it's weird. You don't know how well Halo performed at PS. It'll be interesting to find out. I mean, it is a remake of an old game, so... And, you know, a lot of PlayStation players have played Halo before, you know. But we'll see. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think it's more about the younger crowd playing Halo for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, the, like, 20-somethings and stuff that just ignored Infinite. And that are like, okay, this has a lot of hype, or I'm gonna check it out, you know, or that are just like PlayStation's or been de facto thing. But yeah, so hey, it's looking great, everybody. It's looking fucking fantastic. But there's one more thing we got to check out, because they didn't end, like, they had State of Decay 3 stuff today.
Hey everybody, welcome to the official Xbox podcast, the only podcast coming to you from inside Xbox. But as you can see, we're not in the traditional studio today. No, instead we are down in the historic Pioneer Square in downtown Seattle at Undead Labs, where we're about to sit down with a couple of fine folks who are building a game I'm very, very excited to get my hands on, State of Decay 3. Now, Game Showcase showed us some of what we can expect, but there's so much more. So today, they're going to talk us through what we saw, talk about some details you may have missed, and answer way too many of my questions. Let's get to it. Okay, we're here with Philip Holt, the studio head of Undead Labs, and Wayne Laybourne, the art director of State of Decay 3. Philip, Wayne, welcome. Thank you guys for bringing us in today. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for coming all the way out to Seattle. Happy to have you
here. Yeah, so far for me, so far. Yeah, how about you, Wayne? How you doing?
I'm doing good, yeah.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you as well. Appreciate the time. I know, like, super busy coming off the heels of Showcase, and just what you guys got cooking is so excited, so we wanted to swing by and talk about it. I'm a massive fan of State of Decay. I played them all. I think State of Decay 2 came out the year I joined Xbox, or pretty close to it, so it was like one of the first launches I remember where everyone in the office was just excited and, you know, really looking forward to it. And so here we are, State of Decay 3. What sets you guys apart from other zombie games?
You think so,
how
Jeff?
would you explain State of Decay to someone that hasn't played before?
Yeah, State of Decay is a zombie survival sandbox fantasy.
Okay,
and all of those words are sort of important to contemplate. It's an open world game. It's very much a survival management simulation. So you're responsible for a community of survivors, and you got to keep them alive. And the zombies are trying to kill you.
Yeah.
So there's base building, there's community management, there's resource, like you got to find food and water and ammo and medicine and all those kinds of things to keep your community going. And you sort of play against this very dynamic plague threat that's coming after you. And I think the thing that really sort of separates the game tonally, perhaps from other zombie games, is that there's a big part of our game that, because it's so centered around keeping a community alive, there's this idea of hope that, like, tomorrow could come and it could be a better day, and that we have mutual responsibility to each other to keep us alive.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I love that you said hope, because that's, like, when I am trying to convey this game to someone else, that's kind of where my head goes. It's like hope and community, because it does, so many post-apocalyptic games or zombie games are pretty dreary, like, through and through. And I do feel like even in the past titles, like, there is this element of, like, you know, what are we trying to save? Like, look at this beautiful world. Like, look how we're working together. You do develop some compassion for the NPCs in your community in ways that I was even shocked I felt myself. And so I do want to touch on that a little bit. And Wayne, I imagine, you know, part of, like, the hope and the community and, like, the vibe of the game, you know, that rests on your shoulders, correct?
Yeah,
it's as fun to make as it is to play, I think, because of the breadth. Like it's not just like there's space for stillness, there's space for nostalgia, there's space for hope and love, and then there's also space for violence and horror and all those things. And I think as artists and developers on the team, there's a room for
trying to say
a
we're
lot
talking
of us.
too much about hope.
Like for all those different
just a part
tastes
of
in
it.
the same way as for players as well. So you can kind of pick your own adventure making it, just like you can when you're playing it.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Now let's talk a little bit about community, because obviously a huge crux of the game. You know, why is that word so important to you, and like what, you know, talk about how that community, what community means to State of Decay 3.
You know, so it goes back to just survival. And I got really interested a couple years ago in Medal of Honor recipients and listening to their interviews and how they talked about their acts of heroism. And I was really struck by, after listening to a dozen or so interviews, they all kind of told the same story. And ultimately it came down to, I did my thing because the person standing next to me would have done it for me. And so there's this, like, when the bullets are flying and when your life is really on the line, you are gonna fall back to the people immediately around you. And that's the people that live in your house and the people on your street. And we see this in weather-related disasters all the time. Like, it snows and all of a sudden everybody's sort of like friendly and in a good mood, right?
Yeah.
Like, we are biologically evolved for group defense. And what separated humans from, early humans from other primates is that we shared food and we participated in group defense. So the game then places you in this role as a caretaker of this group of survivors. And that caretaking relationship that you have with your survivors is what actually creates that emotional connection that you experience. And so when somebody dies, and they die for real, and they're gone, they don't come back, there is no save, restore.
That's one of the cool things about State of Decay.
And it's because we create in you a sense of duty and responsibility to these humans that rely on you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so interesting, because even in State of Decay 2, I do feel the emotional connection to my characters and my community more than I have in other titles. And I'm really excited to see how that evolves in the next game. Well, let's dive into the trailer a little bit. Obviously, we're just coming off the heels of Showcase. The trailer just dropped, and I think I'm not as creative as you guys are, but I do think it's like a Herculean effort to put together a trailer.
I wish they didn't do
like
this on the podcast, because they have just like had a little thing
still being,
explaining
you know,
stuff.
artsy and interesting and cool, but like you got to show mechanics of like the game and like what you're actually doing. So I'd love to talk a little bit about like the development of that trailer and kind of how you made the decisions y'all did.
Yeah, I mean, Showcase, I think, is a unique moment in a campaign, and it has a set of requirements around a trailer asset that are just different from other t-shirts.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
you're in a show,
remember that.
and
It's
it's an
like,
hour or so long, and you
oh,
don't really
shit.
know what comes before or after you. And it's sort of, there's this sort of spectacle of this industry event, and then the trailer lives on its own on the web forever, and to be viewed by itself in isolation by your fans. So you at once reach this mass audience that really maybe doesn't know much about your game, and you're also speaking to your core, which is going to analyze every single frame of the trailer. Right. So, so you know, you have to think about, okay, how do we put these elements together to create something that's going to stand out within the context of the show? So we got together over the fall, a few of us in the studio, and just started pitching ideas, and we landed on the boombox as an opening kind of early, and
really early.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at like 15 minutes in.
It's interesting how much time
so
goes into thinking and thought put into these like showcase trailers. They started working on that in the fall, and like, how are we gonna open this? Let's do the boombox. Like, how much weight they put on it. You know what I mean? I get, you know, it's important, you know, because it's marketing, right? But like, the fall. We're talking about, it's summer now. Talking about like 9 months ago? Was when they started thinking about that trailer? Does it take that long?
So when I was coming up, there was a concert film called Stop Making Sense by the Talking Heads, and it's considered one of the greatest concert films of all time. And there's this great moment at the beginning of the film where David Byrne comes out on stage. It's a completely empty stage with a guitar and a tape deck, a boombox, and he puts it on the ground, and he pushes play, and he says, "I got a song for you." And it's the drum line from the song, and then he plays solo.
Cool.
And so it's like an iconic opening to a concert film. And so I sort of pitched this to the room of like, what if we have this cool device, this explosive device that's a grenade strapped to a boombox. Like, what if we opened on that and a slow pullout to reveal the scene? And everybody kind of loved the idea, and we kind of rolled with it.
Yeah, it just kind of worked too, because one of the hard things about a game like this is it's not about any one individual.
Right.
So where do you?
Yeah, I hear
who do
you,
pick?
Alex.
What
I'm
do you
just like,
start with, and that.
I mean, I I don't do this kind of stuff, but I'm familiar with video editing and stuff. Like, I mean, we still see a lot of content creators out there that make these like fan videos and all these other things, and people that capture gameplay and all that stuff. And I know, like, if you spend a few weeks on making a trailer, you can get a lot. I mean, you can make something pretty incredible that I've seen some people make. Now, not me, So I'm just thinking that I'm just like, wow, it's like crazy that they take like 8 to 9 months really thinking and planning something like this out, when it's like, I think maybe if you hired one person that was really good, or just a small team of people that were really good, they could maybe be able to do something really cool in like a month, a month and a half. But it's just interesting to spend that much time and thought on a trailer. I'm not saying it's wrong to do that. I'm just saying it's interesting.
A lot of our assets, like the boombox, they are designed in a way that if you see them by themselves, they say a lot about the game. So it's got all the right ingredients. It's got something familiar, the boombox. It's got a grenade strapped to the side of it. It's got something written on the label, so it's personalized. So as you're seeing this thing, it's it's an object, but it gives you like an insight into the community and
the world, like the tone, the world,
yeah,
all of those things.
Like just in that one thing. So it was like a perfect start, really. And we have a lot of other things designed like that are awesome, but the boombox in particular plays music.
So good.
It's a kind of a fuse as well, so it gives us a
lit bomb, right? For the audience to like, when is this going to blow up? And the other thing that happens in showcases, people play the guessing game of what trailer is next, right?
And it's totally like you don't know right away, right? Like that's a perfect intro for exactly that.
Because it pulls you in. It's like, what is this? You're trying to guess. And there's glimpses, there's some shadows of zombies, and so the fans, pick it up. And
You'll catch it. Some will catch it quick for sure, but I think a lot won't, and that's like a fun. Yeah, it's definitely a fun guessing game. And the boombox blew me away. Like that immediately, like iconic intro. Loved it. It definitely feels like a great shot. It feels like the intro to a movie.
That makes sense to what you guys are saying, because it's like, what if like stuff they want to show just is like looks like shit now because it's just a game in development, so they got to actually like finish areas good enough and parts of the game to be able to be in the trailer. Yeah, so that would make sense for sure.
Less of a trailer, which I love. Bela Lugosi's Dead is the song that's playing, right? How did you guys come to choose that song? Like, it fits the tone of the environment so well and the world so well. And it's like that perfect, like, new wave. I don't want to say it's new wave. It's almost like the birth of goth, I think, is what I read online. It's like a lot of people consider it that. Was that the reason you picked it, or?
I actually asked Alan last night. Alan's someone who, an artist on the team.
Oh, nice.
On that for a while. And
it was his idea.
Oh, shout out. That's awesome.
And I asked him actually last night, because I thought this might come up. I was like, why'd you choose that track? And he gave a great answer. He said, because I was listening to it. And it seemed cool. Which I love that, because Alan and I were passing it back and forward, this sort of boombox, and playing with it in locations and panning out and speed and stuff, and we wanted to get it back in front of Philip. And I went over, and he's like, oh, I put a bit of a song on it. I was like, oh, that sounds amazing. We didn't know that Philip's like a huge Bauhaus fan too, so that didn't hurt, but it just really fit. Like, it's kind of bit grimy, a little.
It is
like 2020, gritty, 2019,
like, I mean,
2020.
Kind
it
of
was in that
choice, really, and I love that answer, because I think that's the way we roll.
One showcase when they're like
people come to
5
work,
games,
they immerse themselves in what we're building,
X,
and apply themselves.
For sure,
they sort of live in it. So Alan just picked this because he happened to be listening to it at the time and thought it fit and tried it, and then we got that in front of Philip, and then. I mean, it's got posters and all sorts.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
So Seattle.
Yeah, like I grew up, and I mean, this was the song of my early teen years. And my friends were huge Bauhaus fans. What's cool about the song, 1979 it was recorded, and the band had only been together for 3 weeks. So this is the first recording session they had done. They did an EP, and this was the single they released. It's a 9.5-minute song.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of instrumental in and out, which is kind of perfect for a trailer, just the environment.
Yeah, and the drum
like
is
that music, sir?
exactly
Right
the
on.
same pattern throughout the entire song.
Yep.
So you can kind of cut pretty easily from one spot to another.
Yeah.
Be seamless. So it worked mechanically for the trailer. The thing I love about the lyrics, though, so I always thought that the lyric was "I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead," and no, it turns out we looked up the lyrics. It's "undead, undead," and so that was kind of a happy accident.
Yeah.
The other thing, though, is just the meaning of Bela Lugosi in the lyrics. So if you don't know, Bela Lugosi is famous for playing Dracula. So famous, in fact, that when you imagine Dracula, you picture Bela
him,
Lugosi.
yeah.
And so when he died, he became immortal. He became undead because he will live forever as in the sort of cultural imagination of what Dracula is. And that goes into a lot of what we think of when we think of Undead Labs as a studio is, sort of tapping into those things that become everlasting.
I love that. And I do love that you have, like, you can feel the employee's personality kind of seeping into the game, like, already. Like, someone just picking a song that they love, that they feel it works. And, like, in that, they've become, to your point, like, immortal. Like, it is just, like, you just feel your passion, your team's passion in the game. And I think that's awesome. And that is a way that we can live forever, is, like, through the art that we make. So
I think that's part of the secret sauce as well for Undead Labs, for the games they've made. Like, there's always a bit of something in there, and I think it's just simply that, like, people put themselves to the game a little bit. I don't think we didn't look at other songs really. Did we?
Just kind of hit.
We pushed it with we worked with a vendor to help produce the trailer, and they're like, no, it's a terrible song. Like, there's no way you should use it. It's 9.5 minutes.
How dare you?
It's from the 70s. Nobody knows it. So, but then they early cut of the trailer played the song over it, and they also like, oh, it completely works, and then we had to approach whoever owns the master at this point.
Too early for those announcements.
And to say, can
but they didn't have anything else.
They were into it, so.
Very cool.
Didn't have much.
Yeah,
maybe we'll get that
can't
bump.
believe we got it.
Yeah, I love it. Maybe we'll get a bump on the charts after the trailer drops.
I was like, give me merch.
And a lot of things got pushed back because of COVID.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh man, I could actually just sit here and we could turn this into a music podcast, which does happen a lot when we're recording Xbox podcasts. We talk about the music. We always go deep. So thank you for sharing. That's really cool. Working through like other aspects of the trailer, because obviously the music, the intro, incredible. What are like the gameplay mechanics that you wanted to be sure to show? Because again, like you said it, like the trailer has to be a minute. Like you don't have a ton of time. Did you have to make decisions there of like, what are we going to show? It's like a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, well, so I mean, our game is so big and there's so many different elements that it's hard to compress it all into a 3-minute trailer.
Yeah.
And we knew coming out of the Showcase 24, the last time we showed a trailer, that our community was just clamoring for gameplay. They wanted to see, combat and locomotion and the basics of running around the world. So we knew that we needed a gameplay reveal part of the trailer. And I think the couple of big ideas were untethered multiplayer co-op, shared world. And so we show 4 characters. One of them is doing something that would happen in any session of State of Decay, which is they're out exploring on their own and they run into trouble and they phone home for help. And their friends, pile into a car and go
get them,
bail them out.
I love it.
So that sort of encounter we talked about early, and then that was basically set the script for the trailer.
Totally. Well, and I think that's a good one because like untethered multiplayer, obviously probably one of the most requested things coming out of the last title.
Well, it's really cool. So some of so we've had a player council that's been working with us for about a year.
Yeah.
So these are big fans of our game. Some of them are content creators. Some of them are mods in our community. And many of them are like pretty dedicated single player players. And they are like, no, I want to play with my friends now. And because this untethered shared world is the ultimate fulfillment of the fantasy of we are building a base together and we're trying to save these survivors and, keep the night at bay.
Right. And there's so many like conscious time decisions you have to make in State of Decay where it's like, I need meds, I need food, but I don't only have time to get one right now. And so I'm excited about the element of like, you get this, I'll get that, but you're doubling your risk of like.
We're both out at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Double the chance to flip a car, end up stranded, someone gets mauled. Like it's just, it's high risk, high reward, but you're doing it together.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, it's the way that we play here. It's the way that our alpha community is playing with the game now.
Yeah, they got so much.
Totally.
So we're finally delivering that experience.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna have a show
more fun
like
to do that stuff
this
with your
year
friends.
where
Like,
everything is like
We
soon.
were talking about it this morning, weren't we?
Crazy.
Like some of the alpha players have got like 90 hours in already.
Oh my gosh, for real?
Yeah,
That's
it's crazy.
awesome.
Like in a
really
week.
positive.
90 hours in a week. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, the playtime.
That's awesome.
So I mean, we haven't really talked about any of the numbers. We had like a really overwhelming response from the alpha sign up. And, there aren't that many people in. So it's the first of several tests. So I would really encourage people that are interested in State of Decay to sign up for playtesting. They can hit our website, stateofdecay.com, and they can sign up there. And we will be hosting a second alpha soon, and then some beta tests after that on the run to launch in 2027. And so if people want to get in and give us feedback and be a part of shaping what this experience becomes on launch day, they should sign up for playtesting.
heck yeah. You know, it's funny, I'm not the biggest like survival game player alone, but as soon as you have some buddies, like that is one of the best genres to just like go out and play in. Like, I don't know what that is. I think to your point, it's like,
we're just is so amazing.
Hardwired that way, yeah. Although I will say, as much as we wanted to focus on that, we also started the trailer with just a single player.
Yeah.
And because we want to signal to the audience that this is still a great game to play as a single player experience.
Totally.
And probably a majority of our players will play the game single player. And so it's great to play that way, but it's also really fun to play with your friends.
You got options.
Yeah, it's great to hear from the alpha players, that ones who want to play single player are saying that they're enjoying the multiplayer.
Yeah, that is cool.
I think because they can get away and do their own thing for a little while and circle back as well. So it's really kind of exciting feedback to be getting this early, I think.
100%. And I think like in these kind of games, at least with our group, like there are things I like to do in this genre of game, and there are things I just don't like to do that my friends do. And so the ability to kind of like, I'll go scavenge while you build blank or whatever, you do this, I'll do the other thing. Like, I love that you can do that now in tandem, and it does almost, like I said earlier, like it just makes the genre more interesting and different, way more dynamic in like what you can do. And then you feel like you have a responsibility to the community. Like, I have to go clear this plague heart, that's my job to do while, someone goes and does something else.
Yeah, exactly. And if you mess up, they like got to drop what they're doing and come
help you or not. It depends how good your friends are, but hopefully they're coming in that car. Speaking of which, the SUV in the trailer looks awesome. Would love to talk about vehicles a little bit and how they've changed in the new title.
Well, one of the things that we looked at in our player data from State of Decay 2 is how much people drive. And our game's kind of a sneaky driving game. It's about 20 to 30% of the play time is in a car in State of Decay 2. And I think one of the unintended consequences of delivering a much bigger world in State of Decay 3 is you spend a lot more time in a car.
Sure.
And so we knew the driving experience had to be great, and we wanted not just to put like 200 different cars in the game. We wanted the vehicles to feel really distinctive and sort of utilitarian oriented. So like there's going to be a sedan that lets me go fast and has good gas mileage. There's going to be an SUV that is good off-road and it has maybe good storage capacity, but not the best gas mileage. There's a cargo van that's going to allow me to just load tons of stuff in it.
Nice.
And terrible fuel economy.
Pick your poison, yeah.
So, I mean, cars are sort of a hero in the world just as much as the players are. And they're sort of your mobile base. Like, this is your sanctuary when you're out in the world. Like, you get rocked by some zombies, you're like hustling back to the car, trying to make a dash out of there. We also show there's a little bit of mud accumulation on it. That particular one is skinned. You want to talk about the skin on that?
At the time when we were making the trailer, we've started developing skins, for the different vehicles, for the characters, for the backpacks, all the gear and stuff. So that just happened to be one of the ones that we'd done as a test.
Oh, nice.
If the hardcore, I'm sure the freeze framing and looking at, they might see something that looks like Red Talon on the side.
Okay.
It's not like Red Talon's going to be like a big part, but it's just part of that same thing again. Like,
it's a nice nod.
Part of the
it's just like when we talk about stuff as artists and designers and stuff, we're just sort of like, what would be left over in this world? What if? Oh, if we got that? What if and you just sort of we just play in there, and that was one of those skins that we had, and it looked pretty cool.
It'd be interesting to see if people can, because you brought up earlier in the interview, like that people are going to watch it like 100 times, 1,000 times, you know, like on YouTube after a showcase. I'm curious between this podcast and the announce, like if what people are going to catch in the trailer.
Yeah,
you know, it'll be interesting to see.
I looked at it actually this morning again and just peeked, and there's a lot of mud on there, so they might not really pick it up, but you can just see it on the hood, so I think some folks will notice. But
well, Poison
the boombox, which is part of like the place of
Undead Lab Games, the first 2 State of Decays are known, both of them, known for releasing in a very buggy, janky state and getting more and more polished over time, adding more content over time and all that kind of stuff. They've both released in like states that are like, wow, like this is for the as fun as this game is, man, it's got a lot of problems, you know. But like people didn't care as much because the games are just so damn fun anyway, you know. And they kept growing the players with content, expansions and all that kind of stuff, you know. And the State of Decay 2 turned into like it's just so good. So it'd be interesting to see now with as long of a development cycle they're getting, with Microsoft's, you know, more investment. How this one launches, you know, is it going to launch in a familiar kind of janky, buggy state, and again, kind of have the whole bug fixing, polishing, you know, cycle that the first 2 games went through, or is it, you know, or is it not? Is it going to be more of just, you know, here it is, it's amazing, and then we're still going to get all the after content support, but you know, either way, the one thing you have faith in is them supporting the game, right? Yeah, definitely they were an indie studio, and you know they were getting that deal from Microsoft to make those games, and then Xbox finally bought them. So it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's definitely a small, passionate team that was there, you know.
And throwables, and then the weapon design, like the melee and the range is
I'm just
really,
curious
really
how it's going to
good.
launch.
And the vehicles are sort of the grand finale of all that stuff. And,
Nice.
And I think we've got a really, really good team on that stuff, and the design of them, we've sort of gone deeper.
Nice. Well, if you don't look good doing something, what's even the point? I mean, that's my motto. And so with that in mind, I do want to ask, like, we talked about cars. Is there going to be awesome outfits again for your people? Can I play dolls a little bit?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. That was my morning this morning. Like, we're working on that stuff. Yeah,
that's so funny.
Good.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
We were really surprised again in our player data to see how many players went into the closet feature and customized their character appearance. Post-launch, it was like 30% of our daily active users would go into the closet and customize character appearance.
Yeah.
And so we have this great pipeline for getting clothing into the game. Stacy's doing a lot of the design of, you know, costuming, and it's very cool.
Thank you, Stacy.
Yeah, and it's wide too. Like if you're into military type stuff, that'll exist. If you're into just sort of crazy fashion stuff, like there's just
Seattle flannels probably.
Yeah, it's community, right? So it should be
allow players to express themselves.
So you know, we sort of work less in real specifics and more in just sort of broad tones and stuff. Nice. And what's fun about that too is it lets each artist sort of bring a bit of themselves and stuff.
Yeah.
So we get this sort of variety.
That's cool. Yeah, so, just a diverse amount of clothing.
And it makes it fun for us because we don't get burnt out on it. We're not doing the same stuff.
Wonder where that guy's from because of the accent.
We're playing in this world all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, and the clothing system has to work with our procedurally generated characters. And so every character in the world is assembled. And so there's really no two of the same.
We design stuff that we like, and then we end up with things we didn't design that we like more.
Cool.
You know,
happy accidents.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing contributes to a look that feels pretty ownable to State of Decay. And like something we talk about a lot is you should be able to see a screenshot from our game and be able to, without a logo on the corner of it, be able to know that it comes from State of Decay. So places like where all this design touches characters or clothing or vehicles or weapons or backpacks, is a way that we have a ownable and specific artistic expression that makes it like identifiable as a State of Decay thing.
He's Welsh.
Obviously, the trailer, you see a lot of
HH.
different locations, contrasting locations, some really beautiful shots, some really dreary ones. I would love to talk a little bit about your location choices as well as the settlements we're going to be staying in.
Yeah, I mean, one of the challenges of making a trailer is like you're building this out of a game in development, and
yeah. That's fascinating. I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's something we talked about earlier. You guys are like,
trailer
hey, Mav, you idiot! It won't take them a few weeks,
especially an open world game.
You can't just say, "Oh, that bit's done. Don't work on it." Like we try to do that, but if someone, because it's all system based, if someone's working on foliage or a shader change or a weather change or an infestation, all these system things, they are going to make a change in that area. So it's.
Yeah.
So we picked the Chemical Factory because it was done, but also it was the first one that was done for a reason. Like, it's a cool place. You know, it's big and it's got this huge tower and with the plume that comes off of it, the miasma, the red cloud, you know, so it's a really dramatic setting. So we thought, you know, it served the need of the trailer visually, aesthetically. And then we had a choice to make about a settlement to include. So as the guy phones home and he needs help from his friends, they gear up at their home base. And there's a lot of bases to choose from in the game. Yeah. But we picked one. We picked this place called Wind City. It's up on a hill. It's got a wind turbine, and it was like a former like wind power generator. And there's a settlement built around it now, and they get free power out of the settlement. And so it just shows that the settlements many of them have a benefit from their prior life that now impacts the facility choices.
So it's not just aesthetic I now have to worry about. It's like, oh, and also like this benefit. What benefit do I want right out the gates?
Yeah. So, but sometimes, you know, you pick a settlement based on where it is in the map and what you're trying to get done in the map. Yeah, so anyway, those we made those choices pretty early on.
Windy City was a good aesthetic choice too, because like the Chemical Factory is sort of like a bit deep and cavernous
and dark,
and the Windy City is up on the expanse of the hill, and it's sort of a bit of opportunity to show the expanse of the world a little bit too. So it's just sort of, I mean, we have a lot of different settlements with a lot of different personality, but that one just sort of had the right
vibe
for the trailer.
Yeah, the contrast between the two is smart.
It's also aspirational looking, just with the big tower and
it's hopeful.
Yeah, it's got that hope to it. So yeah, it was kind of a decent choice out of a bunch of good choices we could have made, but I think that one sort of just worked.
It's cool. It's a cool place.
I think we showed some. I'm just thinking of other locations too, like Caroline is in there, the town, and
I want, like, are people going to figure out who Caroline is?
Oh yeah, right. Actually, it can be a person. It could be a
but
dog.
It's probably someone lost in the apocalypse, or maybe it predates that. But I do love that.
Yeah, or it could be a community.
But it's sentimental.
Oh,
like it's personal.
I mean, it's on a bomb.
True. Yeah, that's
somebody picked the tape for the bomb. They're blowing something up.
Yeah, sort of vengeance with love.
I didn't even think about that.
A little tease, I guess. He's giving
we changed that name pretty close to the end. Actually,
yeah, we did. It went through a couple different iterations. Yeah.
So Caroline's a town.
Caroline's a town. Wyatt's a town. There's a shot where you're looking over sort of a town, that's Wyatt, and then I think there's the Juno gas station, which is just outside of Wyatt, so there's those locations. And
the trailer's a bit of a greatest hits. It's almost like a quick montage of a day in the life of someone in this world, and it's not ideal. You know, there's a lot they have to contend with, but it is stunning.
Yeah. I think the other thing that we had to make creative choices on was time of day and its progression through the trailer. We also transition from a clear evening to a rainy night. We're showing weather for the first time.
We've got weather, we've got time of day, we've got.
Is the weather going to impact things like more than just like audio and sound? Like, are we going to see it affect the world around us a little bit? Like, are we easier to be seen, or I'm sorry, the opposite? Would it be harder to be seen in rain or anything?
Well, so like everything in State of Decay, weather is built on a system.
Yeah.
Which means that it can interact with any other system in the world.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we can't really make any commitments about whether weather will impact gameplay in those ways at launch, but it's built in a way that it will. And so it doesn't make it for launch, it'll make it later as we support the game.
Oh, that's exciting.
Post-launch.
I mean, I love it. It's a breathing game. unlike the zombies.
Probably a question
we
should have
talked
been
about,
coached
resource
not to
gathering
ask.
and vehicle customization, player customization, like the sense of community and hope. But the one thing we haven't dove into yet a ton is what we're fighting against. The Plague War, I'd love to talk about that a little bit. We saw some of the enemies in the trailer, but we can talk about like who we saw
Like,
and maybe
you
who
don't
we
want to
haven't
be
seen, if
like
you can tease that
on a podcast working for a company, be like, "Is this in the game?" And then have to have them sit across from me, like, "No." Is this in the game? No. You know. Oh, is the weather gonna do this in the game? Well, maybe it's built that way, but maybe not at long. You know, you don't want to ask questions like that. It's funny. Yeah. Are the characters going to be able to have sex and have babies? No. No. Are, like, I'm surprised you're going to ask them something that's like not going to be in the game necessarily at launch or something like that. Is very interesting.
I mean, it's a zombie game, so there's a lot of zombies.
Yeah,
right?
sure. I could have guessed.
What happens in our game, because it's so systemic, is the story is really the player's journey. And so we don't have to impose a story over it because every playthrough is different. What you experience is going to be different than I. When we play together, that's going to be different. And so one of the things you see is a difference between what we call an old zombie and a fresh one. So we're years in.
Yeah.
And so some of the zombies that were
Not looking
infected years ago are still around. And they shamble pretty slowly, you know. they're slow and they're desiccated. And slowing down. And then the fresh ones are a little bit more, have more vigor. So that's a difference. And then, of course, we highlight the feral and especially the bloater.
Yeah.
Sort of the bloater's trailer, almost in a way.
For sure.
And, you know, there's this old expression that a creature is a feature. And so you start to think about, like, what does it do? What are its behaviors?
I like that
and
concept
how do those impact the other systems that are in the game? So
some way.
as an example, he spews out his like bile, and if you have a Molotov, you can catch that on fire, and then you get these chain reactions of these pools of bile on the ground that are flammable.
Yeah.
But you know, then all of that has to get, I think, put into a package by the art team that conveys the sort of like what the functionality of this creature and
are you thinking about its behavior, Wayne, and stuff when you're
it's behavior, it's balance. When you're in the infestation, it can be pretty intense, like just atmospherically and the colors and stuff. So getting the bloater to stand out, just color wise, animation team has done a great job of like differentiating the poses. So if you're seeing it from a distance with a silhouette, you can see it's sort of its intention from afar and stuff. So just like all those things, And one of the really great things that's been happening, I think, is our design team and our animation team are really tight on this stuff. So the things the designers want and how their sort of behaviors are coming together has been really good. And then the VFX team has just been wrapping a bow around that stuff. And
very cool.
The bloater, I think, is the first one where we're like, oh, there's the package. A little bit. And we were seeing sort of the bloater do its behavior as we intended. And this is the sort of exciting part about a game like this is you build all these systems and then they start to speak to each other. And, you know, you get those moments where it's the bloater is, you know, spewing out its sort of gas and it's volatile. And then someone's, you know, like Philip said, has got a Molotov and it ignites. And then that ignites a zombie that's next to it. And just get this chain of events that
beautiful chaos,
and you know, things like that start happening. So it's just
it leads to a really unscripted experience, right?
Right.
So very dynamic.
And that's and moment to moment, like that the dynamic of that is like the best part of these games. It's just like you make a memory.
I mean, and kinda, have you played Sincere's? Like, have you played? Maybe you said you didn't play State of Decay. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Sorry, but like, yeah, there is kind of a story, somewhat, but that's not really the point of the game. Like, you're more so playing to survive. And now there's a story within that, because there's characters and, you know, like I think, I don't even know for sure, honestly, if I ever rolled credits on a State of Decay, because I just ended up just living in the world. You know what I mean? I kind of let the story, I just stopped caring about whatever that was, and I just did my own thing. But I think you can roll credits, you know? I'm pretty sure at some point there's like a payoff to the end of a story element there. Somebody that's actually finished that element of it, yeah, let me know. But like it's there's bound to be that same kind of thing. I would think with State of Decay 3.
Right, a clip, a memory, like a moment with your friends that is, yeah, you accidentally set your buddy on fire because he happened to be covered in bile.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I think
that's gonna happen day
like
one.
the Juggernaut and the Feral and the Bloater and the Screamer, they all play off of each other really well. So, I mean, when they start coming together, it's just...
Well, and then we haven't talked about the Plague Nest itself.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, right
in
on
State of
B-Loop.
Decay 2,
Yeah, it's like...
the Plague Heart was sort of the biggest, baddest thing that you would...
I just stopped paying attention to that. Like, I like didn't ever feel the need to necessarily, like... At a certain point, I just stopped doing the things that involved the story, and I just kind of did my own thing. You know what I mean?
Counter, and it's this giant meat pinata, I guess. You
Pretty
just bang
much,
on it
yeah.
until you get some spoils. But those are just like now nodes on this network that lead you to this massive infestation.
Oh.
Yeah, so the size of these infestations is like 4, 5, 6 times bigger than you can imagine from a Plague Heart. And yeah, and,
That's awesome.
And there's, you know, there's blister nodes that will pop and blow up and spew gas, and there's spitters, and there's all these different...
They're making a game-ass
elements to
game
this
here.
Gunk.
I mean,
biologic mass.
Yeah.
That's trying to kill you. And it's sending its forces towards your door. So you can't just ignore it.
Yeah, it's a war. I mean,
the world will burn if you do not prevent it.
So you really got to work at like fighting back this network.
Yeah, and what I think the really cool balance is, like, am I strong enough to go take on one of these plague nests? And if so, maybe I need to get a little bit stronger and get some better weapons and more firepower. But if I wait too long, this thing's getting stronger as I'm getting stronger.
Right. Right.
So like, when do I I have to go take it on when I'm maybe not quite ready?
Yeah.
So
you send your buddy to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
you know,
let's,
you got it. You got it.
So it's a little bit like a raid. Like, let's gear up tonight and we're gonna go take out a nest.
I love it. I mean, I mean that's like the fun part. Is like we're building towards something, and what is that? It's to take on like the biggest threats in the game, and you're gonna need grenades or Molotovs. You're gonna need ammo, a ton of meds, a getaway car. You know, a friend that's not gonna bail on you in the worst time. You know, and
maybe you got to pull out. Maybe you can't take it down in one go, and you got to go regroup.
Yeah.
Change out some characters and do some healing and get some fresh ammo. And
that's such the dance of State of Decay. Is like, oh, my guy's tired, but maybe one more building. One more building. You know?
And even if with your best laid plan, and if you sort of have a good idea of the layout of this thing, you still don't know what might happen. Who's going to come through the door, or who's going to come around the corner, and how they're going to mix with the other freaks.
Oh no, a feral.
Yeah,
so, everyone, I think, is going to have a pretty different experience when they're playing these things. So.
Oh my God, I'm so excited, you guys. Genuinely appreciate the conversation today. Like, as a fan, so looking forward to this game. So grateful to just get to talk to y'all today about it. State of Decay 3 coming in 2027. It's going to be available on Xbox Series X, S, and PC. It's Game Pass day one. And Xbox Play Anywhere, which is like my favorite feature. But I gotta ask you guys, what are you most excited for fans to jump in and experience in State of Decay 3?
I think.
Are we starting a cult?
Things we haven't.
The cult of speculation.
Anticipated, yeah.
Yeah.
This just flashed into my brain actually, which was ages ago. But this was when you're working on an open world game for a long time. It's just taken from you and doesn't give you anything back because you just. It's hard to build. Like, you're waiting for these systems to come together, and there was a
moment. All of them, really.
Yeah. So it's just not working for a long time. And there was a moment I remember when someone blew apart a zombie or something. And this might have been a bug, but its forearm stuck in the chain link fence. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Waving goodbye, you know.
It was just like this weird little moment that wasn't like no one said.
Let's make that happen.
Let's make that happen. That's not a plan or anything. And there's probably a bug, but I was like, oh, that is so cool. And lighting lead, Adam, he's often will send out these videos, and they just have these amazing atmosphere. Like, he'll have a fight. I remember that one he sent.
Juggernaut in the swamp?
Yeah, it was in the swamp. It was misty. It was raining. He had Molotovs. There was a jug in there. There's water. Like, it's just, having this whole experience and stuff. So I think
all the mechanics coming together, like you said.
Yeah, so I think we try and sort of set the table and design stuff and create the circumstances, but then something's going to happen, and I think folks are going to have their own adventures. So it's the unknown as well.
We'll put it through its paces. I can promise you that.
I think it's a great answer, and I would so just to offer maybe a different perspective. We were talking earlier about the shot of the train engine sort of derailed, and just this beautiful little moment. And one of my favorite State of Decay experiences actually was several years ago. Was with Joe, and I was really trying to learn the game, and I would play with him a lot. And he's like got, I don't know, 5,000 hours in the game or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
So
some light.
So we would play together, and he's like, follow me, and we climbed up on this roof, and just as the sun rose, and he's like, this is my favorite spot. And yeah, I
love that.
Yeah, so there's these pockets all over the world that we still keep finding, and because the world's so much bigger than it was before, and where you can sort of like, there's set dressing, and there's this time of day, and there's the story that plays out between you and your community of survivors, the story between you and your friend playing together, that has this whole other kind of emotional meaning that sits on top of the game.
100%. Yeah, got to find the beautiful moments, and like I love the game with Joe. That's exactly my.
So did I miss where he said that there's no campaign? At all? Or any story? Like, it seemed like they were trying to set up like a little bit of a story with the whole Caroline thing. Like it would mean something, you know? Did they? Maybe I missed it. Sometimes when they're talking, I'm just like, yeah, but I may have missed something.
My space. Like, I love exploring the world like that.
One of the hard things about the trailer, actually, because it was hard not to be like, can we show this? Can we do this?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and just...
No matter how many set pieces you set up or things that you're like, this is the shot. Like, I will say, like, especially in open world games, sometimes you just make a left turn on a road and you're rolling into a town and it's like, oh shit, this looks great. You know, or like, wow, I am immersed.
Yeah.
And so it's always just like, for me, it's always the places you don't expect, right? You just make a turn and all of a sudden, wow, this is cool.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's the
nice
fun stuff. Like and again, it's sort of, I think, what makes it fun to develop. You don't run out of steam because you keep finding stuff.
Yeah,
like there's keep come to work and there's a discovery to it. Which is sort of how the team.
The beta testers are saying it all over their Reddit.
Keeps the love in there.
For sure. Yeah. Well, any final parting words for the community before I let you guys
get
back to
the
work?
alpha?
I've said this before, I'll say it again. Like, we just would not be here without our community. And, community is survival.
Maybe it's not in their build.
Way that we think about our game, but it's
Maybe
also
they
a way
left it
that we
out
think
intentionally?
about the studio and our relationship to our audience. And, State of Decay 1 was a pretty humble game. It was Xbox Live Arcade, and, there was not a lot of, I think, understanding of what it could become. And here we are all these years later, and built on the back of fan support. And so we just always have tried to hold on to that notion that we're here because we have an audience of people that love our game.
Yeah. Anything to add?
No, I mean, I think just with that as well, is just we're listening to the audience too, and we're going to be working on this for a while. It's going to be a live game, and just like State of Decay 2 did, if you look at it from the start to where it ended, went through a lot of changes. So who knows?
Yeah, totally.
Where it's going to be. I mean, it's just like we've sort of, with where we're at now, like I'm changing the narrative a little bit as I'm talking to the team as like, oh, like we've got to hit this date and time. It's like, that's not really the end, it's the start.
Totally.
The development of the game, and a big part of that is the community.
Yeah,
being engaged and seeing what they're liking and then investing in that too, and the same way we do.
Yeah, 100%. Well, you got me and so many community members joining the ride day one, I'm sure. Wayne, Philip, thank you guys so much for the time today.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah, our pleasure.
Thank you.
And that wraps up this episode of the official Xbox podcast.
Yeah, I think there's going to be enough story in there at least to grant some form of motivation for you as a player. You know what I mean? Like, if you're playing solo, like, what happened? Why am I here? Like, what do I do? Give me a motivation to go from point A to point B. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's just like, hey, I'm going to spawn in the world and there's nothing guiding me along with any kind of thing. I mean, maybe that would be the case, but that's never been what State of Decay. I'm pretty sure that's not what State of Decay 3 is going to be either. They were hinting into personal things like the Caroline thing with the boombox, you know. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think there's definitely going to be some story there, somewhat, but it's not necessarily what the game's about either, you know. So I think it's there to build the setting, you know. The story's there to give you motivation and to kind of build the setting of where you're at, you know, what's going on, you know, what happened here, what happened there, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no story was mentioned in the center, maybe, but that's also probably maybe they're not ready to talk about it, and it's not a huge major thing with the game. Like when State of Decay 1 and State of Decay 2 were being talked about a lot, there wasn't a whole lot of conversation, I don't think, about the story. It was about, like, what the game is. Like, I remember some of the first trailers for the first State of Decay and stuff, and it was more of just about zombies running at you and you killing zombies, like, at some cabin in the woods, you know? It's like, I don't really know how much that's ever been one of the main focal points. Now, like, they've shown the world and the settings and stuff, but I don't necessarily anticipate a lot of story conversation about this because I don't think they're going to want to mislead people either and think like, this is the reason you need to play State of Decay. You know, it's like, telling it, you don't want to make people think that's like, hey, I'm going to go play this game for an awesome campaign story experience. I'm really going to be invested into the story and stuff. I think it's like they're trying to promote what the game is about, you know? So, and maybe if there, whatever the story stuff that is there, it's probably just not ready to talk about it yet, I would assume. So, yeah, and you know, I would never think that there's necessarily too many people just looking up State of Decay stuff, being like, I got to know about the story, you know, like I got to know what's going on with the story. I can't wait to find out details about the story, you know. I think it's more just like, is there a story or is there like I just don't think it's like a whole really big sought after thing. You know, like it. Maybe the part of the problem is the original trailer they showed with the girl and then the like deer, you know, that was like the zombie deer thing, kind of like made people think this was gonna be some massive like campaign type game now, and it was completely transformed and stuff. But like it seems like they are doing more. And it seems like it looks a lot better and it's more going to be more polished and like bigger and better State of Decay, you know? Like it just seems like it's State of Decay still, except it's a bigger, better version of State of Decay. And what I'm hoping is more polished at launch. I'm hoping that there's more things to do, more types of weapons, more kinds, more variety in the enemies. Like, I'm sure there's more variety in the enemies too, because they only focused on the same ones we're familiar with, right? More mechanics, more like detail in the world, you know, like stuff like that. More physics interaction and stuff. Like I want to see it all come together bigger and better. I put a lot of hours as well. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I remember having some conversations. It'd be cool if, like, if this or that, you know. I do that every all games, though. I feel like we gotta wait and see more, obviously. But I wouldn't put too much just because of what people are experiencing in an alpha, and also like what's not being talked about right now. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of time between now and when that game's going to come out. So, can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I like some of the stuff they said. I liked all the concept art that they had showing there. I wish that wasn't necessarily an interview format. I wish they just had more of a presentation. But, you know, there'll probably be a State of Decay 3 Direct at some point that will end up having even more information. And, yeah, Fable was fucking amazing. Oh, God, Fable was incredible. Halo looked really, really good. I was just kind of mesmerized by the voodoo of, is this just a skin? But how is it not just a skin because of how Halo it is, you know? Yeah, and all the Asha stuff going on with that letter, you know, it's very interesting. Next 100 days are going to be crazy, Xbox fans. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, thank you all for being here, watching the reactions to these things. I'll be live tomorrow night for FSP. We got some fun things to talk about. It's going to be interesting. We'll get to hopefully see Fuzzy. Get to gloat about his translucent green Xbox he got because of FanFest. So that'll be nice. But thanks for watching, Dan. Thanks for watching B, Lou, Mr. Waffles, everybody here in the chat. You guys rock. Peace.